Wait a second.
Can you kill?
All right, Heir on.
Here we
Oh my God! Look at that! No way. It's over.
Against
Look at
Kieran and
He's
his
still not
pivot?
giving up. He's not giving up.
Oh, then that's gonna be it.
And Violet actually does not have immunity.
Last
so Chains
game.
of Chiron right here could actually land. Wait a second.
Stun!
He stuns him!
Oh my God! He's going for the driver.
Oh, he's going for skill 3.
For the kill. Extra turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
double kill right there. Eden goes down 2 from the damage share.
But wait a second. All he's doing is giving his opponent the chance to do the Violet solo. Literally 1v4.
Is this a setup?
She's just hanging out.
Uigang is praying every time. Oh, that hit! That's the sun! Oh, that...
Oh my God, so much damage!
Now this S1 I think might be enough from Karina. Plus the chip from Para. I think this could be it, guys.
I think it's over.
Rocket punch.
Oh!
It kills.
Extra damage!
You might say that, but I'm not sure if I trust this, because I'm pretty sure everybody's
and
gonna
hits.
die. So much damage coming out of it.
Oh my God!
Did we think this one through?
That is a goner.
Are you sure about that YOLO thing?
Did we think this through, Rubus?
Well, I think he might have thought it through. Yuha is not available from now on.
Is he just dead here? The line just pops? Surely.
Unless he is the tankiest Lionheart in existence, there's just no way it's surviving Architect like
Oh, I can
done and done right there.
You know, I know what it is.
Evaporated.
And it's on Durandal, but I don't think that it can one-shot this Dark Corvus, but we'll have to see. We're getting into more frenzy.
Yeah, let's see, let's see.
The warship.
How much does it do? It pushes him forward.
16K.
So much damage.
He's burned. No, you have to go low.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Increase the
Way
damage.
you risk that.
Now, is there any shot that the Yuha... How much does it do the Yuha share?
Plus
Okay,
10K.
she's pretty low here.
Goes up though, so that injury is going to be dealt to her too. She's really low. Constant Durandal procs every time you attack him. And he crits him.
Oh my God, it's an
Oh my God,
overkill.
the Venom killed. The Landy couldn't kill him. That's how
Let's see.
bulky
It's
this
high
Dark
frenzy. How much
Corvus
damage can
is.
our Quirk pull off? Do we crit? No.
Only
We need some
2.7K.
miracles here on the side of LV. Yeah, we need some big crits.
Oh, they crit!
And that unfortunately
You
puts him
do
in a
not
position.
want to crit right there. Another Dark Corvus skill 3.
Yeah, crit means
Another extinction.
more cooldown.
Send him to the afterlife. You can't revive him either.
And there's no way Shuna beats Dark Corvus. And that will be a 2-0.
Anti-crit, but no evasion. Defense buff bigger.
Couldn't take those buffs either. And
Okay,
now we're in such a
Marguerite.
bad position on the side of LV.
Running for the win.
Crit. I think it crit
Crit.
but he's gone.
Oh man!
He didn't have evasion, but he still had the chance to anti-crit, and it didn't work out.
Oh man, Lone Crest of Bologna able to just so much
Sweet
damage here
move.
for free out of skill 3.
Not enough though, but she's not countering.
That a lot of the players are using. Many people are going for around 12,000, 13,000 health, but that seems to be a bit tankier than the norm. And it does just proc for free, and now into a no evasion Remnant Violet. He does it, man.
On such a back foot.
Looks pretty good for Marguerite so far.
That's the
Wait,
dual
that's the
attack.
dual attack.
That procs the Lionheart again. There's so much coming your way if you're LV. How are you supposed to deal with both of these at the same time?
He's gonna pray for a salvo.
Oh man, Uberu's gone.
So much damage to the counter.
Not quite.
There's just no way this Landy can survive.
That's one.
Completely
One
sweeping
time.
LV.
It's over. Oh, Lindy has 0 HP.
3.
Doesn't matter, gentlemen.
And Marguerite.
Mashing the skill 3 button, not letting his opponent surrender.
No response.
Trude is a one-woman control machine, controlling the whole team by herself, essentially, while Solitaria just constantly backing up and fighting against this Aiden.
The stun
A
line.
stun on her? Retry Ever's fight against a full-fledged control team. Lionheart's just chilling in the back.
Yeah, this is the key. This has 3 of his life here. Even if somehow Yuha doesn't die, she doesn't even...
Oh, it hit.
What a commanding lead! Commanding game from Apocalypse!
Apocalypse just cleans him up right there.
And with the style points.
5.
We're
This is
gonna
where I
see some
start
big damage come through.
doing so much damage. And with a skill 3 out of Aiden, I don't know if he can survive.
Wait though, guys, with the push-up, Katie's actually getting so much
You see a
side
soul burn, though.
now available.
Oh, no
Resistance
silence.
goes against silence.
She resisted.
Yes, we're skill 3.
Do we skill? Yeah, we're gonna
buffs
skill
do they
3.
get?
What do we get? Random buff.
Okay,
Matter
Greater
becomes
10 buffs.
stealth.
Greater attack. Crit damage.
Greater attack. Stealth.
Look at all that.
Exactly what you want.
Okay, so Otto's gonna hurt here, but our carry, our win condition is still gonna stay alive. Katie's out of there. No escort.
This Lionheart could possibly just take everything out in one fell swoop.
Okay, it's all about this.
She procs. She has defense
Oh,
buffs.
7
greater
buffs on
attack,
top.
crit damage.
Can she kill for a miss?
Look at Apocalypse. He doesn't know what to think.
Let's see the damage.
Ah! It doesn't hit.
Wait.
It doesn't even take the Emma Lilius out. But she can't dodge forever.
Oh,
right?
it hits.
And he got,
Retry ever. Stays alive.
he took the chance and he
Oh,
look at him.
man.
He signed. He signed.
It is a
Survive.
tanky variety.
If this was one of those full damage, just squishy ones on Golden Rose, this Polona would probably just one-shot it. Actually, so much damage coming
Yeah,
out.
Winter Wish is putting the pressure on, which is what I think he needs to do.
Almost instantly took it out.
Kill. This should
This
be
draw
enough,
attack,
right?
get it.
Yeah. Nope.
Does get and takes it out.
Wow,
Push
gets pushed back
back.
even farther with that provoke. It is my job.
And we do see the attack buff coming out. This Locust Blown has vigor and attack buff, and I don't think there's any way you survive fully
Bigger
stacked.
attack up.
This Landy would have to be so tanky to survive. Look at that damage. This is
Even
like a 26,000 damage.
28K.
Maybe kills her twice.
It got the minus duration, but it obviously can't get rid of a 2-turn and sync up there.
Yeah, and Landy will also give herself attack up when she does get the skill.
There's a high chance of countering it, and you know you don't have enough effectiveness.
Oh, he goes
Oh,
for
he's
it.
ripping it anyway.
Ooh, no attack. Read the
doesn't.
read the cyber.
Oh, that hit. That's out of the roof. She's gone.
So far,
What's her stat in 14K? And welcome everyone to the second to the last day of Epic 7 World Arena Championship 2023. I'm G Clef, your host for the tournament, and as always we have Karsix and Jenazad. How are you guys doing? And we are living in some fantastic time for Epic 7 right now, and we are just weeks away from having our champion for 2023. How are you doing, Jenazad?
It's going pretty good. I'm definitely excited about the balance patch. That's the most hype thing for me in recent times, honestly.
Yeah, certainly some really cool stuff happening real soon. That's going to be of course, the balance patch happening later in September, so not going to be affecting the tournament at all. But still, it's going to be a great tournament regardless. Looking into a better future for sure. On top of that, we're going to have some new hero kicking in soon. Another Lilius potentially car.
Yeah, great stuff coming. Martial Artist Ken Supremacy, the new Lilius is coming out, and tonight it's clutch time. We have the losers brackets, who stays in, who's going to make it to challenge the grand finals. I can't wait to see what happens tonight, G-Clef.
Yeah, still we have 6 players. We actually, by the end of today, we'll have only 3 players remaining in the tournament. But before we go into those players, let's take a look at the overview once again. Here's the overview champion, $50,000. We are getting near the last day of the tournament, and runner-up 20,000. Third, fourth. So if you survive today, you guarantee at least $10,000 for yourself. And fifth to eighth, $2,500 still. It's a lot of money on the line. In terms of schedule, we are on mains matches, day number 3, and in just a week we will have that grand finals with the players actually traveling to Korea. And on top of that, we'll have some benefit frames. Wonder how you guys finished in your RTA season. But champion frame, that's a majestic frame for the E7WC 2023 winner, the champion. And also the runner-up frame, and then the frame for the 3rd to 8th place. On top of that, we have the skin, potential skin. First wish, second wish, third wish. Some great lineup of heroes to get the skins. No husbandos. Yeah. Sorry guys, but
rest in peace, Arya.
It just has to be. Oh yes.
It's kind of sad to see those 2 grayed out names there.
Guangato G-Clef, he's out, so no Arya.
Man. Yes, that's that's why WinterWish made it to the losers round 2. We're only going to be having matches from the lower bracket today, as we already have Pupist and Marguerite moving into that final day, and going into that winners finals. That will be next week. So we're all about the lower bracket, the 4 players in that white box. But at the end of today, only 1 player out of those 4 players will be remaining. So wonder who that is going to be.
Well, any predictions?
Let's make our bets.
I think I feel like in the top one, I'm thinking Apocalypse probably has the edge, and in the bottom one, I feel like it could go either way. I don't know. Are we in the Uigang or WinterWish crew?
Oh, man.
I'm going to go for
unbiased
Uigang.
Commentary. Go ahead, Jacob.
I'm going to go for Uigang.
I think
yes, Uigang.
I'm rooting for WinterWish. That's kind of a personal thing, global. I know the guy, but Uigang has just looked so strong. We mentioned, right, his diversity. Now, Jenna, he's playing a lot more aggressive, and it's looking amazing. I do think he has the edge, unless WinterWish just plays just as good as he did last round.
Yeah, we'll see what happens within those 2 matches, and the match that follows right after, the winner of those 2 matches. And before that, Twitch drops event, another great artifact charm, plus the leaves that you do not want to miss. Make sure to go into your inventory and pick it up every single time. And for the last day, next week, we'll have a special gift. It's to be revealed later. And that's not the only event. We have the E7WC broadcast viewing gift events. Once you go in-game, you will have that chest with the password in it. So make sure to write down the password that will be revealed real soon after a few pages here. And on the last day, there's a special gift. I wonder what that is all about, too. So.
Oh, I wonder.
Oh, you wonder, yes.
It's a surprise.
And I believe today's the hunt buff. So if you are lacking any of those ingredients, or oh, there it is. Live 0917, day 3.
Write that down.
Hunt blessing. 5 leaves, hunt blessing, plus some good amount of gold right there for you. So if you want to have that blessing, it goes right into your inventory, and you can use it anytime you want.
It's actually really worth it. The Hunt Blessing, that's the best one. All the other ones, whatever. The Hunt Blessing, though, short supply.
Hey, you might be a newcomer too, and you might be running out of runes and a lot of the other stuff.
No, even newcomers. No. Characters don't matter if you can't gear them.
Yeah, Hunt Blessing, it does matter. So depending on what you want, you can have that Hours of Blessing, and that will be right there for you. Make sure to write down the password, and don't forget the password, and that will be it. And that's it for the overview, guys. Are we ready to go in? Because 3 players being knocked out today, it'll be a huge day to have that 3rd player going to the last day. And I wonder who that is actually going to be. LV, Apocalypse, Uigang, WinterWish. And I hope you guys made all the predictions in-game. We have all the predictions going on at the same time with the in-game UI. Jenna, who are you voting for? Let's just pick one. Who's going to come out on top by the end of the today?
Whoa, just one?
Just one.
I'm just going to say Apocalypse just because he looked so good last time. He had a really shaky start, but the second matches he was doing looked really strong.
Okay, Jenna's vote going to Apocalypse. What about you, Car6? What do you think is going to happen
Between
today?
these two or overall?
Overall.
For the
They got
loser
the
side?
shirts.
They got the shirts. Yes, it did arrive. Finally, it seems like almost
right.
everyone
Looking
should be
good.
having the shirt. Yes, looking
I want a
good.
shirt.
And LV's headboard for his bed. Look how beautiful that looks.
Oh yes, looks real cool and comfortable too.
Between these two, G-Clef, Apocalypse, I think, will take this one.
Apocalypse
LV's
takes another
definitely looking
vote.
strong. But I think we were saying, right, Apocalypse compared to last time, he looked a little shaky. Last round of matches, he was so confident, and it really, really showed.
Yes, and
Wow,
LV
look
here.
at this.
Wow, a lot of meteor covering.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, he is kind of the quintessential cleanser. There's a lot of Landy, but only in a third of the matches. But I would assume the other, like 2/3 are picked by the opponent, possibly, or banned. LV actually looked pretty decent last time. I think all the players that got put into losers bracket, they actually started to look way better last time. They really brought their A game to the table when they were about to be knocked out.
I think I can agree with that, but some of them looked way better considering their previous round where they were shaky, like Apocalypse especially, man. Him, Uigang, and I think WinterWish as well. I might have sold him a little short because WinterWish, if we remember, guys, was picking units so fast left and right. Apocalypse, same thing. Looked just like they did their homework, and they're feeling way more confident.
Oh, head-to-head 2-2.
2-2 from
Okay,
two previous
pretty
seasons.
even all around.
Some more numbers for you. Some higher number winning percentage for Apocalypse when he has first pick, and slightly.
Yeah, not
that's actually
surprising.
quite low for LV to have 46% only with the first pick win rate.
Yeah. No matter what, though, one of them is getting knocked out today, and only one Asia player will remain.
That is
that's
correct.
right.
The battle between
At the
A
minimum,
bit of
one
a
of them.
team kill here.
Yeah.
We saw that in Korea, right, between Retry, Uigang, and we've had some same region matchups already.
and no Landius this time, but which means this character on the screen, Lua,
Oh boy!
instantly
Oh
picked.
man, Lua first pick by
And
Apocalypse.
an insta Spectre Tenebri on the side of LV.
Yeah, no Zeo, no Belion, no Elmo Landy. We're actually going to be seeing very different matches than some of the ones we've previously been seeing because of the Lua.
Definitely gonna be a lot more high octane, I think, here. Landy a lot of times slows down the matches. This one I think will be a lot higher tempo.
Yes,
With
Jenna?
Zeo banned, it removes a lot of options like the ML Rwana Cleave that's become very popular recently, and that's actually fairly strong into Lua, so they removed that option. LV,
wow.
decided to just
Oxen and
tank down.
Destina.
Yeah, just tanking down really slow. Because
Yeah.
when you're against Lua, you have to just be able to survive until your skill cooldowns come back, because they're for sure getting reset. You
That's
really
right.
just don't want to risk anything.
So he probably wants to sustain on Destina. We were mentioning how Meteor Quirk, right, one of the best cleansers, but yet besides the barriers, no actual healing.
Which of my powers
Now,
would you like
it's
to see?
possible, what if they have a barrier set on one of the units that they pick later to protect their team, and then they have immunity on everyone so they can't really be reset?
I believe we saw Japan, right, really trying out that tech.
Yeah.
With the protection set to protect immunity. Now, I know Landy's banned, but you could also hide that immunity behind like Landy's anti-crit, so we could see some cool stuff come out.
Pay pick, yep. This has become very, 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 very popular on the ladder, especially as you got closer and closer to the end of the RTA season. I hope everyone got where they wanted to, by the way.
Ooh,
But
we see a
Bartwich
pulse?
is serious.
I actually haven't seen too much of her in this tournament and just kind of in the season overall.
I don't
compared
really
to
think
previous.
that she would do much there, though. I think
Yeah,
Politis
he's
is
hovering over some other options. Maybe he needs some damage on the board,
Politis is definitely at her weakest, I would say, at the moment.
which
She
is
just
crazy,
really
right?
isn't
Oh,
great.
he's hovering back.
Oh?
Really?
Oh, maybe she's looking at the fire units.
Could be.
Still
Yeah, I think
considering
mediator
this.
Kowarik.
Need me to go eat.
Oh, there's
the
a new
Oh.
skin.
Oh,
The
man.
pose
Okay.
looks amazing. Some people have critiqued his face a little bit, but
Nah,
yeah,
his
the pose,
skin,
the
the
look.
skin is one of the
His
best.
art there looks so good.
You're a big fan, G-Clef? Okay.
Oh,
I can't
certainly,
wait to see it in
yes.
game.
The blue effects and everything are actually really
Yeah, I
nice.
think the colors
Uh-huh.
really, really pop.
Next skin, MO Ken, to make him look real good. I don't know.
ML Khan coming back in a month.
After
I'm
that
pretty
buff.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't, dude. The problem with martial artist Ken is base skin is one of the best. But here we go,
think so?
Sage Vivian coming. Yeah, I love martial artist Ken. I think he
So
looks
we
good.
actually seen very little Sage Vivian, not only in the tournament but also just on the ladder as well. She's become very rare because so many counters to her are just so popular. But she is one of the premier anti-Spectre Tenebra units, so it
and
makes a lot
Apox
of
picked
sense.
her right in that spot where now LV only has one like big counter pick to really go here.
Yeah, so the one question is though, does he have enough damage to push onto the Spectre Tenebra to take her out fast enough? Like if they ban the Vivian, is the attack buff Briar Witch Asteria plus the designer a little bit enough to for sure take her out immediately before he's
I
in a
actually
chance to
don't think
respond?
so.
And then Edward for the
Especially when
final
you consider
pick.
things like Guardian Ice Crystals. Yeah, Edward last pick
Yeah.
there. Which G-Clef, as we keep mentioning, right, not the best win rate, but you do need him sometimes, guys, when there's just too many debuffs.
Oh, and we see the Edward and Vivian bans, so we gotta see if Apocalypse actually has enough damage pushing through to take out this Spectre. How bulky is it?
Yeah, and then remember, there's artifacts from the potentially Guardian Ice Crystals on Destina. We have some damage mitigation. Could be barriers, depending on what
Yeah.
debuffs land. I don't know if he has enough.
Has Apocalypse done his homework on LV, or?
Let's see.
All
We
right,
start
let's
with
see what happens.
Pera for LV on the left,
Goblin
Apocalypse on the right. Round number 1, best of 5.
So, notice that Lua has immunity. Now, people have been putting immunity on all their openers simply to fight against Emo Rwana. That is the only character that they're putting immunity on
You really
for,
want your blood
essentially.
spilled?
Crow in his new skin going straight to
Since there's
sleep.
no getting away from it.
Keep in mind, she's also not on Guiding Light. She's on Song of Stars to combo with like Emo Laika and also to counteract the
Lilies potentially. things
yeah,
like
the
that.
Lilies. Oh, no shield on the Pera now. That's actually pretty big. That means she's gonna get knocked out really quickly and easily die.
Is it my turn?
That's huge.
All right.
And
Oh, look at
here's
the tuning! It's
Briar
You see
Witch.
the damage here. Yeah, right.
no HP on this lady.
There. Briar Witch.
Giga damage?
Designer Lilibet.
Holy!
Oh,
That S1 is almost gone.
there's so much damage. Almost one shot her.
This is definitely enough here with the skill 3 from Dilibet.
Yeah, and he's just gone.
And LV should not have any other damage. Well, she's dead. And
Yes.
And it's just over.
that's game 1. Apocalypse.
Oh my.
That's a
That was-
statement right there. And with the Briar Witch on the field, guys, if you weren't aware, that's why he yielded. The Destina cannot res while the Briar Witch is there.
That's
so It's
right.
pretty much over.
Well, the tuning was insane there. It went directly from the Briar Witch's area right into the designer a little bit, like barely. They were right almost on top of each other and just perfectly goes one after the other.
I'm telling you, dude, this guy compared to when he was brought into the losers bracket,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
so shaky. He definitely did his homework, like we said. He's looking so strong.
Yeah, just completely crushed him. LV just had no response is the thing. Like, Pera is a great character to have, but she doesn't really do anything, especially when the opponent has 2 cleansers.
Oh, yes.
And you just get pushed so hard there. The Spectre Tenebra wasn't tanky at all, or the Briar Witch Asteria was the most insane damage dealer.
Man, I feel like I see a slight grin there in Apocalypse while Elvis
Yeah, he's
really
looking a
like,
little
concerned.
smug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
He's looking a little like,
Of
easy
course,
win.
after a
Very
game
polar
like that,
opposite.
after a game like that, you're certainly taking the lead. And now LV has the choice of picking first pick. Not really the best win
They look like they're on the
percentage for
same
LV.
team.
Yeah, that's
with
right,
those
G-Clef. He actually had a
jerseys.
higher second win pick rate. But, you know, regardless, he's going to have to come back here. Tournament life
Don't
on the
come
line
near
for
me.
LV.
All right, Spectre first pick again.
Yeah, he likes this. He's going to have to be careful,
I'll
though.
be the one
of the
deciding
same
how
thing
this
happening.
Yeah,
Look at
Lua.
this, guys. A lot of
I'm
times
surprised
you see the
he
same
didn't-
picks.
Why didn't he pick Lua, though? Does he not have her geared? Maybe he didn't expect it, I wonder?
I mean, he has to have a game plan, right? Because so far,
Stop me?
guys, we're going through the same motions.
I would say he's going a little more aggressive now. No Destina. He's up in the ante right here by immediately picking the Peira. He's saying, I am going to speed contest you. Maybe I can combo this into some really high aggression. I'm immediately going in. Because there's no Edward on board either as well.
When he hovers over these later picks, though, I'm so curious what he's thinking right now. He hovered over
Yeah.
the Earth side with Valencia. Now he's back to the Politis, which I believe maybe just one of the higher stat fire units while he thinks.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
he-
Maybe he's looking at his mage section or fire section.
Yeah,
for
he needs to
something.
he needs to have an adjustment here because Apocalypse has shown he'll just blow you up turn 1.
That Fire Witch Assyria damage was crazy.
Vincent,
I know.
Oh,
third pick.
Okay.
okay. Wait,
That's a
he's
statement for
cleaving.
sure.
Yeah, he's saying, I'm going full aggression, I'm claiming, let's go in.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now Apocalypse
I'll
is,
end this
I don't think he can
quickly.
really contest that. Yeah, now he has to tank down.
That's right.
And
The
this
speed
is
imprint
where-
on the Sid with the Para being a very fast opener. Apocalypse now respecting it. And he might be, giving up that first turn potential.
Oh, Tempest Surin. Now that's a very, very safe pick into LV's team so far. You can't really take it out. You have no AoE that is actually able to kill it.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
now,
besides the
Like,
escort from the pair, they're also really squishy. So if he
Watch me
gets that
now,
greater
darling.
attack buff, could just
oh, and there's
the Rwanda.
Rwanda
Rwanda.
pair.
Wow, with the Leica too.
Now you see, wait, here's the thing I'm a little confused about. How is he going to be able to take him out if the Peira is banned, though? Because I don't think the Sid is going to one-shot this Lua. And Rwanda, there's a immunity buff on
It
the
takes a
Lua
lot
as
of
well.
courage.
Lilius.
Fifth pick.
There's the
Lilius.
Lilius.
With
The Lilius is
Huh.
to provoke the Leica if she uses her skill too, right? Oh wait, no, they get immunity, don't they?
Yeah, but if we get rid of the Tempest Surin, Apocalypse, if you look at LV's team, right, it's not very, there's not a lot of sustain.
Oh.
So the Tempest Surin is taken out. Do we have enough damage with just Lilius as kind of our...
Yeah, versus
It's really only our
Spectre
damage.
Tenebria?
Oh, that's right. No Suriment
Wait a
means that
second.
Lilius will be weaker.
Is Apocalypse maybe pulling a Poopist here? Just maybe throwing the match to get a good ban for
There's
next
no
set?
Solitaria for sure. Well, let's go into round 2.
Tremble with fear.
All
Interesting
right.
draft inside of Apocalypse. I'm not sure I was going to take out the
If
Spectre
you wish
Tenebria.
to die.
He is very tanky, has a lot of cleanse, but
He could go for the soul burn right here.
You have
Wow,
no doubt.
Resist on that stun.
Ooh, that's huge.
okay. Now I think, wait,
Looks like
a reverse
somebody's
resist
back.
though.
Oh,
Oh
and
my- what?
immediately GG's.
Oh my god!
Apocalypse.
happening?
Wins
These are the
two.
fastest. Okay.
Just
Uh,
immediately leaves.
Just
Oh,
that resist
man.
was enough.
It is
to,
just
I
not
guess
a
you
day
just
for
grind it
LV.
down.
His will was just completely broken after that one.
I mean, we saw the Spectre. Yeah, that was a terrible open, but I mean,
Oh, that was.
is it
so
a for sure
forced.
loss right there?
I think it might have been because as soon as that Lua goes in and you get reset, you're just gonna get torn apart, and the
Uh-huh.
Spectre Tenebria won't be able to kill the other team
Torn
fast
apart
enough.
by what though? I know your units are squishy. I don't know. I see I
they're
think you
really
still play out a
squishy.
little bit. Maybe LV gets his composure, see how it goes with the Spectre team. I don't know.
I feel like he may have surrendered slightly too fast, though. He definitely should have just seen if he had a chance in the match more going forward before he went. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
fully
more time to
agreed.
think too, but hey, it's his prerogative, right? So guys, that was the 2 fastest matches in a row. Apocalypse now up 2-0. LV's got to be, he's shaking in his boots.
all right, now what is LV gonna do? Is he gonna
S10
pick
again?
the Lua? What's he gonna go for?
You want to try me?
It is.
You really want your blood
And
spilled?
Lua, we're having this
So
again and
we-
again. It's partially also because we do have Bellion being banned from the
Oh
start.
man, third time in a row.
Yeah, what guys, you know the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Third
Come on,
time.
LV.
Yeah.
Third
The
time
Sid was
can't
a
be
change,
the
but,
charm. Oh, we'll see.
maybe G-Clef, but these are the fastest matches I've seen. in a
Apocalypse is
minute.
only going to pick like 7 total units against him or something like that, or like
right?
8
He
total
doesn't need
units.
to change anything up so
Oh.
far, apparently.
That is
He's
correct.
picking the same things.
You're trembling.
Okay.
Okay, we see the Peira again. Surely
yeah,
this
very
time it
similar.
stuns.
With what? So,
Oh.
the other combination.
He really, really likes looking at this Politis right here. He always highlights her
Yeah.
for some reason. Maybe she's at the top of his box or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's a
guessing
good
too.
luck charm. Leave it on the board, leave it right there on the screen. Oh, Justina again. We saw this game 1 though.
In the
Boy,
left
worry
Gotta be careful
some.
that Briar Witch Isari.
All right.
Again.
There it
There's
is.
the Briar Witch. You're exactly right.
Yeah, it's gonna blow him up unless his last 2 picks are, enough.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is not the replay of game 1. It is
Yeah, we're
these round 3.
Is this pre-recorded?
Pre-watched.
No way.
Yeah, this is pre-watched.
What are they gonna go for here, though? Oh,
Fight with the
okay, they're
A
going
little
for
difference there
Aiden.
inside of Apocalypse.
She is a character that makes it a little bit safer into Peyra's skill 2 as well.
Potentially get a counterattack and get that attack up on the light Auden.
Then
Oh man, but at this point, it must be feeling so bad when you're down 2 games this quickly.
Alright.
You almost have no time to recover and think of a game plan.
Lilius to counter
what I was-
Lua.
To comment on that though, Jenna, that's why I'm saying he should have stayed in the game longer. Even if last game was unwinnable, take that time to
Yeah.
think a little bit on what's just gonna happen in the next game. Because now, I don't know, LV, show us something crazy. We gotta make some adjustments.
Another Politis again, but he's running out of final picks here, right? Like a lot of things that he really wanted to pick, possibly like the Momowana or the Edward, he can't go for those at all anymore.
I'm
Taking
Nice.
down
Think
even
of something
more.
great.
Arena, not the worst
Okay.
option here.
Arena.
Defense break could really hurt, but yeah, if the rest of the team gets hurt, she gets that push up potential.
And against Lilius, Linar Sermia will be the final pick for Apocalypse.
Right. Yeah. Little anchor last pick on the side of Apocalypse. Lionheart Sermia has shown how strong she is, just in general, not alone
Well,
in this tournament.
but I will say, why did you pick the Lilius into this Lua? Remember, this Lua's on Song of Stars, which means that you're gonna get debuffed and you can't actually
Nerves.
counter.
He might have not caught it.
Oh, I suppose we'll see, but it's 3 DPS and Lua on Apocalypse's side versus a pretty solid Spectre Tenebria protection team, but I'm not sure it could break through.
We'll see. As we go into game 3, best of 5. Apocalypse on the match point. Again, starting with Peyra, but LV certainly needs a win now.
Oh,
Attack.
Counterattack, let's
Counter.
attack up.
Shepherd the Hollow.
The hollow, yeah,
Okay.
the artifact of choice.
Good
Still a
damage.
pretty good amount of damage. All right, he's got to go for the soul burn here, surely, right? He lost some souls from that Aiden counter, but
Oh, there is
and
a
he grabs it.
Okay.
Nice.
Unlike last game,
Yeah,
stun does go through.
That is a huge difference.
Yeah, LV probably sighed the biggest sigh of relief ever.
Now
right
you see the
there.
problem here is he has to go for the skill 3 or the skill 1. Yeah, and he gets the dual attack for fucks this.
I'm just getting started.
But
Never
is he?
moves.
Does he have effectiveness?
Radiant light.
Oh, resistance. Now I don't know if he has effectiveness or not. I'm not sure if it was possible to land. Because I think Lilius only has 18% effectiveness base, so did he just get unlucky or?
Well, here you go. We push up that
going for the
Spectre.
stun. Oh man. The odds of stunning, I think it's a 50-50 assuming no effectiveness. But wait a second.
No,
Is that on the Lua?
You disgust.
Has to
It's
show
on
the
the Lua
reason.
instead.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Wait, why?
We're
We're disrespecting the damage from this 3 DPS units in a row right
I
now.
think that's not just disrespectful, I just don't understand what he's doing. That play didn't make any sense to me.
Entertaining.
He's dead and it's over.
What?
What is LV doing?
LV
Oh, no,
might have taken
guys.
too much brain damage from game 1. And the miss stun in game 2. And that is it. 3-0 Apocalypse. Moving into the next round. Oh man.
That is
LV just could not
insane.
handle the pressure.
Yeah, I think that's it. The tilt factor, the mental damage.
Yeah,
They just couldn't recover. The yield was so fast. they
Honestly,
just
I don't
kinda
think
gave up.
LV was just ready for Lua this entire day.
I think he was completely unprepared, but he didn't ban the Lua either, which is really surprising. He didn't even pick the Lua. Did he not have her built? It seems so strange that he just let Apocalypse get it 3 times in a row like that.
My call.
And maybe slightly too much focus on S10A after banning Bellion. Thought that was the right pre-ban. And these things not really going to
Here we
accordingly
see that.
to
Yeah,
LV
that's
at
Right,
all.
which damage was
first game.
so high. Designer a little bit cleans things up here in game
This
1.
is going to be a really short highlight video, is all I'm saying. They can
Oh,
only
yes.
show 1 turn.
Yeah, don't blink. Game 2 at the last
Yeah, wait a
short amount
second.
of time here.
Soul burn.
Oh,
Failed to
this
stun on the Lua.
resistance. Oh wait, they replayed it in slow-mo because there wasn't enough game. They're like, wait a second, we only have 3
And
seconds of footage. What if-
Production on top of things. I'm loving it.
That was pretty
And-
slick. That was good.
Good job, production.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, then game 3, probably the longest match of the set, but that
Yeah, the
isn't
longest
saying much.
match. God, it felt like an eternity.
Yeah, we stunned the Lua who already used her skills, and then we have the follow-up of the Briar into the Odd into the Lionheart, uncontested.
Yeah, just
We were definitely
completely
dead
over.
there.
And it's already over. There's the highlight reel, guys. I hope you didn't blink.
And that is it for our first match of the day, guys. And Apocalypse moves up to fight against either Uigang or WinterWish, the winner of that match coming up real soon. So, guys, what do you think happened to LV? Did he just was he just not prepared for Lua, or was he focusing way too much on S10 at first pick, even with everything else open?
G-Clef, just like LV, I didn't have time to think there. The games were so fast. So after game one, I'm still recovering as a caster, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, like how am I supposed to draft for him? Oh my.
LV couldn't recover either. I think that was really it. Mental damage.
LV showed a lot of signs of mental damage after going out in game 2, which you guys were saying that he should have at least held the game slightly longer just to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he had no time to really consider his options, think about how am I going to counter this. He didn't even think about picking the Lua, which I feel like would be a decent choice since you're like, oh, she's so threatening and so many of the matches revolve around me outspeeding her, dealing with her. Like, maybe I should just try it. But he didn't adapt his draft at all. He just did the same thing 3 times. Car was saying the definition of insanity and everything, and it's true. He just did it 3 times in a row and got bodied.
Yeah,
US Lua, certainly the hero that is certainly having one of the most numbers of pre-ban in the entire tournament. She was let loose, and that's how Apocalypse was able to grab that win. Well, that was a very fast match, but next match we'll have a short break. But when we come back, Uigang or who's the other player? WinterWish is going to be going against each other. Best of 5. That should be quite a longer of a series, I hope. When we come back, we'll have that match.
Hopefully.
Of the pure soul to rancor like the dreams drawn into the stars, along with the words we have made over our hands. I have been looking forward to this whole new world. We are the turning into the dreams. Dearly, we've made a promise over our hands toward the dreams. The past, the future has changed. We are the dreamers casting down the shore. We are the
And welcome back, everyone. This is the lower bracket, second to the last day of the tournament. We just had one of the quickest best of 5 ever in the tournament. And we're moving on to the second match, which is Uigang versus WinterWish. Korea server versus global server. Only one is going to survive. Who do you think is going to come out on top? I do see, of course, lots of cheering for the global player WinterWish compared to Uigang.
Yeah, I think WinterWish is, he's pretty well known in the Twitch community for E7, I would say, for English speakers. He's been around and he's talked to a lot of people and everyone knows that he's pretty high up. He did really well this season, I believe, as well. But are you voting for WinterWish or Uigang? I'm not really sure, actually. I maybe Uigang has the edge. But
I think a slight edge, but
really?
WinterWish last week, same thing as Uigang. WinterWish looked so confident, picking immediately. It seems like he had a game plan kind of reminiscent of Apocalypse there. Apocalypse definitely the player showing that he's the one that maybe was more prepared. And so this is definitely going to be a crazy matchup, and I hope lasts longer than the last one.
Oh, I think one game here will probably last longer than the entire set.
It could totally be, and WinterWish also got that cool E7WC.
Yeah.
In blue.
Let's get hydrated.
And
Very
let's
nice.
see. Let's see who comes out on top. Of course, WinterWish seems very prepared. Had lots of drafting style changes. And talking about drafting style changes, Uigang, as known as Damdam from last year, did change. You guys were mentioning that he had some change in his play
Total
style.
180. Yeah, he went from a full tank down slow player to now seems like aggro or possibly even cleavy in a way.
Yeah, he was cleaning house with his aggressive style in last week's matches, so definitely showing some versatility like all these players do, but when you see that much of an extreme shift in play style, that player's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy
A lot of players will stick with their playstyle pretty much until the end. Every single season they'll just play their playstyle no matter what. But he's just saying, I'm just going to completely change. Like, I don't need to play the slow playstyle. I'll play what's good. I'll play what I'm comfortable with in this season.
And WinterWish here, most pick.
Yeah, look at that. Bologna?
I guess you have to find a lot
He's
of
the one that
landing.
showed us last week, guys. His Bologna looked so strong against those landies. He just worked it out so well. Sometimes he would hold the skill 3, patient play, always had, I think a lot of them were solo DPS Bologna almost as well.
The Bologna was just tearing apart those landies that we saw last week. It was pretty insane, actually, how well she was performing, even with a Taiwan, blue Taiwan.
That's right. There was a blue Taiwan that popped off there as well. Here's the match point setup. Wow, look at that head-to-head.
Yeah. Wait,
2
did
to
the
6.
head-to-head count this season as well?
It's this season and the previous season.
Oh, does this count any of the games that they may have done within the final days of the RTS season, I wonder?
Maybe not. I'm not sure if those are updated, like the last few days are updated to our numbers, but still.
I see.
Man, guys, we kind of said Uigang might have a slight edge, but look at WinterWish's just win rates. The first pick, the second pick, those are so high.
Yeah, definitely.
Second pick, 82% win rate. That is, I think,
Holy
the highest of all the players in the tournament. Yes, we'll see. Free bands. There's that Lua.
All right, double Lua. Look at that mirror bands.
We watched last game.
Which means that
and we're gonna
maybe
see more
Landy's
Landy.
allowed.
Yeah.
Now,
well,
wait. We see the Landy, but remember, WinterWish has a really good record against this MO Landy.
that's right.
So,
We just talked about that
Yeah.
Bologna, right? We even saw a little bit of blue Taiwan spice in there, but you definitely will expect to see a Bologna come out from the side of WinterWish.
so is Uigang going to actually have something to deal with this team? Because he should know WinterWish is pretty prepared if he was watching some of the games previously.
Yeah. Who did better homework? Who wrote better notes on their opponents' matchups?
So generally, a Lionheart Stormia is actually really, really popular to be picked by either side.
I'll be right
Because there's an Emelos on one side and the Landy on the other side, but are they actually going to go for it, or are they just going to wait till the end to pick something like her? Because
We'll
she's so
definitely have to
contested.
see. Yeah, we have that Ocean Breeze Luluka come out from the side of Uigang. Definitely strong Soul Eater, and also is threatening against if you play too slow, which sometimes happen Landy. She could threaten units like the Strays, like the Leica, put pressure on them from going too crazy.
Yeah, the Ocean Breeze Luluka has actually been really popular in the tournament, I believe, so far. She's had a pretty great showing, too, is the surprising part. I know a lot of people were a little skeptical about her at first, but she's been doing really, really well in the meta.
And there's that Lionheart Stormia. And Navy Landy, Captain Navy Landy, surprisingly 10 to 10, 50% win rate so far. So we'll
Show us
see
the
how.
Bologna WinterWish.
Yeah, I think Bologna, yep, there it
LCB.
is.
There it is.
Oh, baby. Now, as soon as he picked the Airwell, I knew he was going for the Bologna because he really likes this bulky play style into the Landy where you can
Yeah,
just
he's showing
protect
he's
her.
a master. He put a master class on. Even when it was like a solo DPS Bologna, he's patient. A lot of times people maybe soul burn too early. They don't soul burn enough. Who knows? But WinterWish just made it look
Yeah.
insanely
And
effective.
you have to realize how much support this Lone Crescent Bologna has. She has insane mitigation, giant shields, attack buff, and vigor before she even gives herself vigor. So her skill 3 is going to one-shot Landy. It's going to do so much damage. And we see the Heir Aiden. So very, very popular Aiden into Lone Crescent Bologna. Light into Dark, also just really hard to actually deal with her. And we see his other solo carry is
Plastic
Lethe.
Lethe from WinterWish. Okay.
Yeah, lots of protection for her as well. I almost feel as though he has to ban the Heir because if the Zemo Quirk gets
The
banned...
debuffs are scary. You have to be careful of that. And even then, even if that gets banned, right? The pair doesn't need to get banned here.
Oh, he bans the
We do
mitigation.
have to worry about the Luluka debuffs on top of that, but we have the Mediator Quirk.
Now,
field
I think that might actually be a really good idea banning that Airwell because he's really scared of this Bologna being able to slowly take out his whole team, but if he just bans the mitigation, a good Lionheart skill 3 could almost just do it.
If you
Along
wish
with the
to
Aiden
live.
too.
And here it is, Uigang versus WinterWish, round 1.
Yeah. Round 1. Not only that, guys, we also have the Lethe who, with no mitigation on the side of Uigang, is going to put in a ton of work as well.
I'll make you taste despair.
Well,
Able to one-shot, I believe,
Can you even
potentially all 3 of those DPS units.
I'm a little
oh, well, they
busy
do
over here.
push back that Aiden. They definitely don't want to deal with that thing, but this Luke is obviously just going to cleanse right here.
Yeah, let it rip. Here comes the truck.
Now, it probably doesn't really matter what lands here, because Meteor Quirk's going next. He's just going to cleanse that off. He's faster than this Lethe. The Lethe resisted, keep in mind. She's might be a 100 F-res or so. Lethe,
Could
probably.
be, could be.
And here's a cleanse from
Take care of
Porik,
it myself.
free soul burn,
Now, I imagine we just do
Almost.
a skill 1.
30k HP Lethe.
I feel like he has to go into the Aiden, because since he pushed back Aiden...
He's actually opting for the Lionheart, but yeah, he
Yeah.
wants the skill 3. We don't want to give the Aiden the counter plus the attack up.
Well, I see
The
a
next
large...
turn we'll be able to do the combo.
There's a really large problem here, though, in that Aiden is going to be able to skill 3 and protect her, so that means he has to be able to strip the buff, but Meteor is going right here, because this Lionheart's going to get activated and immediately be able to skill 3 after being
Counterattack.
invulnerable.
Allow me to demonstrate.
So the Landy's
After this
kind of
turn.
useless here. I'll be honest, I think Landy's the least important unit on Uigang's side at the moment. I think it's
Funny part
really...
is, yeah, that, it kind of
Oh, look at
those.
those damage.
The
Yeah, even hit the
audacity of
Aiden.
these scoundrels.
Wait a second.
Okay, who does...
This is going to do so much damage. He
You go
could
for it?
instantly take out the Landy, but does he
Yeah,
go
I think
for
he
the...
just pops the Landy, gets the bigger team up, or the bigger buff for his team here, and survive the Lionheart follow-up.
Like the
Yep,
autumn
that's
leaves.
That's
exactly
what we're
what he's
going
going
for, and we're going to do the soul burn so that we'll have the skill 3 available again very soon.
And look at that
number,
damage.
the 31,000.
31,000.
Even at full health, 2 times
my
over, killed that
God.
Landy. I want to see the stats on this Bologna.
That's the power of ignoring anti-crit, that maybe the new Lilius is going to be able to do something like that, hopefully.
Come
Oh my god,
Oh,
wait,
that's
only
my-
half of her health bar.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah,
Actually
without attack,
low.
no attack up there. Bigger buff defensive.
What a waste
Not
of
too much.
time.
So, Lethe's probably going to try and strip that
You can run.
vulnerability buff. Does she have effectiveness, though?
There's
Let's
a
see. He needs to
free
strip if he wants
soul
Landy to
burn.
kill.
He
He gets
does! Wait, this is actually huge!
Inevitable.
Yeah,
He's going to be able to
She will-
immediately take her out.
Giving me a headache.
she will be going down here, most definitely.
She's gone, and we
Third
get that
stack.
full team
Dealing
heal.
with you.
Yeah, heal. That's gonna be beneficial as well for the Bologna.
Just a
I don't
waste
think
of
that
my
Aiden can
time.
really solo Leafy and Emil Bologna here when so far behind.
Order.
Look at that Bologna, almost full health. This is over.
Yeah, oh wait, he gets the cheeky duel though.
Okay,
That's actually
okay,
a
that's
little
gonna help a lot.
Okay.
Oh
It's a
man,
little dirty actually. Wait a
That's
second.
a little
Expecting
action
that Bologna.
goes down.
Uh-oh.
No,
Okay,
no, let's calm
Uigang.
down though.
Realistic though, right? Yeah, we still have 2
Yeah.
Omen stacks. We still have a sped up Lethe. This is still not a great spot for Uigang.
Yeah, Aiden
That
doesn't
is what
have
he needed to
anything
get
up.
started.
Yeah, that was
Now, you
huge.
don't get Omen
for him.
stacks from that dual attack, so you will need one more turn here to kill off probably the Autumn. Yeah.
Oh, it actually hit them even. But now here's the thing to keep in mind. Even with that dual attack, which is huge, I think WinterWish is still heavily in the lead, and
Oh,
if
he's big, Chilling.
this shows how good
10K.
his team comp was. Even with that huge dual attack, he's still ahead. He's still in a commanding position.
Now he needs to, well,
Well, I think he just takes the turn with Lethe and throws that skill 1 into Aiden,
yeah, I
and
don't
she's
think
gone.
there is an out here.
Yeah,
now.
push back
Wait a second.
again.
This is guaranteed kill.
Yeah,
Third stack.
it's gone. No way it survives. Don't even care about that counter. Gonna heal it back anyways.
It misses, but here's Call of the Abyss.
Hey,
Takes them down under, down to Australia, and they're gone.
And that's the first
My
win
God,
for
man.
WinterWish after a solid draft. Taking a huge win.
I
to
always
start off.
believed in him. I always knew he was
Same.
gonna
I
win.
didn't say anything about Uigang having the edge. No, real talk though, guys. Beyond the memes, WinterWish there, he just has the Landy draft figured out to a T. This man makes it look so easy. Even with that weird dual attack that happened where the Auden was able to get the kill onto that Bologna, it was already decided from, I think, the draft phase. WinterWish just sat. He's got it figured out.
Look at WinterWish. He's just like, it was expected. Whatever. No big
Yeah.
deal. Uigang's
All
really
according
thinking,
to
though,
calculations.
what am I supposed to change? Because we've seen WinterWish, as I said before, he just destroys these MO Landy teams. He found the formula to always beating this MO Landy.
That's right. And no Para, no ROL. Continuing into
Will we see him
round
maybe
two.
try to give up the Landy then?
Yeah,
I
or
wonder. We've seen
is
players
he
try that.
confident?
Pick something else instead of the Landy here. Maybe let WinterWish take it if he wants.
I think we saw
As
the
he just saw.
I think we saw on the previous day, though, they tried giving WinterWish Landy, and they tried
Yeah,
taking
nothing
Landy, and they
works.
lost in every single match.
Nothing works, yeah.
So if Landy's involved, WinterWish seems to have the edge every single time.
Do not falter.
Yeah.
Oh,
He does indeed
all
take
right.
it here.
He's taking the Landy, so we're going to see a bit of a flip now. Is WinterWish totally... Oh, he
with
takes that
Serbia.
Lionheart immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
such a good pickup
It's
there.
so heavily
Fighting the
contested.
Conqueror Lilius, protects it from picking into his own Landy.
Are we going to see a Yolha or Last Rider Crowd pick possibly here? Because it's very popular to take the Yolha into Lionheart.
Yeah, Lionheart and Landy, right? We've seen how powerful Yulha is. Just, she's been insane right now.
Yeah. But the danger is if they pick Yolha and WinterWish goes with the Last Rider Crow, then it possibly can be so much damage
she
that
is.
it just overloads the Yolha and she's not
She
able to
could
tank
pop.
it all.
I believe we did see that too.
Yeah, we've seen
Sometimes the
that.
Yulha takes too much damage.
WinterWish going for the
And,
Luluka.
Let's
So keep
I
in
like that
mind,
pick, actually.
yeah, I think it's good, but keep in mind, Uigang has to pick 2 DPS, so WinterWish is probably thinking about what DPS he's going to pick. Maybe he doesn't... Yeah, he's playing totally
Golden
differently
boy.
here, right?
Ambitious Tywin.
He might even ban the Mediator Koeric here. He's positioning for something like that because he has so
oh,
many debuffs on his team.
Remnant Violet.
Remnant Violet.
All right.
Remnant Violet, very, very strong pick here. Really good
He's
into
strong in
Emma
this match,
Landy.
right? And I feel like if he doesn't have any weaknesses and you're kind of lost on what to do, a lot of times he's your answer. Because when he dodges, he's very, very tough to deal with.
Oh my god, I had so many matches where I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know what to
He's the
pick. I picked
savior,
Remnant
right?
Violet and he soloed the opponent and I felt so
it seems
dirty.
kind of backwards. Like you lose the draft, so you pick Remnant Violet, but he wins it.
You calling Uigang
Is he
dirty?
thinking about picking...
Let's see.
Well, you know,
As
just
long as
saying
you
like
win.
the rely on God pick right there.
And with what else?
Are
What
we gonna
else?
see
Bidding on his
Aiden?
last pick.
Is it gonna be
Even
Aiden?
Aiden?
Please don't tell me. Please
More-
no.
more
it's
dodge
not
comp?
worth
Seen that
it.
pairing.
Inferno.
Okay, hold on. A Kawazu?
He's really thinking. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
gonna be able to do it. I wonder. He does proc off of this Luluka's activation and could immediately take out one of his team members though.
And he has the Lilius combo too, so he's not reliant just on that AoE, potentially.
No
And-
way Solitaria
And
makes it.
that Troublemaker Solitaria, final pick for WinterWish. And the bans.
I'm pretty
Man.
sure we're gonna see Remnant Violet and Solitaria bans, I would expect, but let's see what he goes for. Oh, he goes for
Kawazu's
Kawazu.
Luluka
Oh, the
ban.
Luluka's there. Wait a second, but this is Solitaria into Remnant Violet.
Yeah, we kind of left that up. Maybe Jen,
might
this might
be
be one of the rare
into-
scenarios where we were baiting a ban and
Wait,
MK off.
but he's actually able to push her back, pushes Remnant Violet forward with the Mediator Koeric, and possibly take her out immediately at the start of this match.
Well, he's shown he does cover the, if she did have effectiveness, we landed that attack break. Do we get the pushback?
We
Oh,
do get it.
does happen.
We got
Actually, there's somebody in front of the Remnant Violet. That's really bad. He needed the Remnant Violet to take the next turn, but he can't push them forward. This might be really bad for Uigang here.
All right, skill 2 comes out. Berries for the team. Attack break on that Lionheart.
Does
What
have
do we
the-
do with the Tywin turn?
Yula up next.
Generally, it's Solitaria.
No provoke landing there, though.
Yeah, it is a 75% chance. Now, they don't want
We
to
do
hit the
take away some
Tywin.
souls, though. Tywin
is
skill
very
1
true.
does have soul removal.
Yoha has 32,000 health, by the way. Insane health bar. They
Ridiculous.
get the dual
basically.
attack. Doesn't
A
really do
little
much.
random
What do they
dual
land
attack
here?
there.
Oh,
Two
my
sons!
But
defeat.
No way!
it's Solitaria.
Solitaria!
Uigang
Again!
Uigang needed that early game lead with this Remnant Violet pick because he is fighting Solitaire in the long run. I don't think he is favored at all.
In the ban phase, Uigang was expecting a totally different ban, and I don't think he actually thought it was going to be Solitaria versus Remnant Violet here.
You who deviated from the natural.
No.
This might not be going as planned.
Poetic has to use the S3
There's
restoration.
no choice. Now the thing is, it's unlikely Solitaire is really able to land anything, because she has to get rid of the immunity and then also land the stun. Very unlikely.
Starfall?
But she is... Oh, she does miss.
Oh, immunity.
But she did strip the evasion, which is pretty big here.
Right, she reduces the buff duration by 1 turn there.
Those who
So all of
fear
Rylet's buffs
should give
down
up.
1, including the evasion down to 0.
It seems as though the timing is actually going very well for Uigang, though, because even though the evasion was removed, he's not really in that much... Oh, wait!
Counter.
That resist though was pretty...
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
now we think
Uigang.
We S1 into the Remnant Violet.
Oh, that's a hit.
Big damage in the Lionheart.
No
We can get a
secondary
2-tap.
hit, though.
We don't have defense up though. Can he survive
I
maybe?
think this Remnant Violet might be going...
Going fully in. Sermia.
Yeah, this could be 2 hits here.
Oh,
my
the
God,
crit!
Zhang off
And
the
he's just
first
completely
hit.
down instantly!
No shot he's surviving at all. Not
Rylet's
even
gone.
close.
And that will be game number 2. WinterWish wins again.
Oh my God, guys, we were joking like the games would go faster. They are a little bit slower, but man, WinterWish has this match figured out to a T.
That was not my fault. The Lionheart was taking that out no matter what. They didn't even need the Landy. You saw that damage with
Jenna,
Golden
I already
Rose.
apologize
Jenna,
to Guang Ghetto and his
it's
family
not your
for
fault.
your commentator curse last week.
What?
It's not your
yourself.
It's not your fault. It's okay. As
I know it's not my fault.
G-Clef, put him under the bus. Throw him under the bus.
he's already been there, so let's not put him twice.
Yeah.
But
I've been there
Uigang,
long enough.
Uigang's certainly not happy about how
my
that turned
God.
out because
Guys.
it seemed like he had some
Yeah.
decent game plan until Solitaria happened.
I think that Uigang and WinterWish were looking at the draft very differently. And Uigang did not expect that he actually needed to ban the Solitaria, or he was just hoping that WinterWish was going for a
I
specific
think it was
ban.
more of a hope. You do have an expectation, but you always have that thought in your back of the mind, like, what if my opponent ends up being crazy and bans this? And it just it so happened.
The Luca ban just was not worth it.
Yeah, it did not work out for Uigang. And now I feel like he's in the position of LV from last game.
Come on, I'll take you all down.
Well, at least these matches have been lasting quite a bit longer.
Allow me.
And the same picks, same
Same picks,
response
yeah.
from WinterWish coming out, Lionheart Sermia and Navy Captain Landy.
I think something
Getting
we've
deja
seen,
vu though, guys. Uigang's got to make some big adjustments here.
I
He
think
could just try to ban a little bit safer, right? But man, the Remnant Violet card did not
Oh,
work
that's
out.
steal!
Oh,
Okay,
it's just Tywin this time realizing
already
that
seeing
he
a
did not
huge
like it.
change in draft.
Now we see Shuna. Okay, this match is going to be very different. We've seen a lot of Lionhearts, though. She's so popular. And now we see Last Star Crowd to give that immunity to the team. With the Lionhearts, so much damage being able to be pushed onto Uigang.
Yeah, on top of that too, right? Another immunity up for the team. Protect yourself
Dark
from that.
Corvus.
Tyrant
Dark
stun.
Corvus!
In case of
Wait.
Solitaria final pick.
Actually, very good here.
And
And,
he
the
steals-
Emo Bologna.
All right.
Okay,
So
so
full team.
Uigang's saying, I can do it too. I can go for that Emo Bologna. And I think that the Dark Corvus is possibly a really good idea too. But now, is WinterWish going to go for something like banning the
I'll
Ambitious
take your
Tyrant, banning the
life.
mitigation, and just trying to rush him down?
Apoc Robbie final
Could be,
pick.
but I like this Apocalypse Robbie last pick, right? Probably going to be a must ban for Uigang's side, but last game we saw how weird the bans were. Who knows what these two gentlemen might try.
Sometimes you're looking at the match one way and you're saying, oh, they 100% have to ban this, but they're
Uh-huh.
looking at it in a totally different way and you just completely miss the ban and you just don't see what they're going for.
Less
Make
room for
some bets
Uigang
too.
to
Yeah,
take those risks as he's down 0-2 WinterWish on the match point. Yes, Carl.
That's right, G-Cuff. I want to see more matches here, so I want Uigang to be the one to take this. Show us you got it.
We see
Last
both of those
pick
final
bans
bans.
on both sides.
Yep. But is he able?
Yeah, the Apoc was just going to be so tough to kill. Injury on top of that. I think that was a smart ban.
And it was even harder to kill? Dark Corvus. Is he going to be able to actually take it out?
Obey.
We'll see. Game number 3, WinterWish up 2-0 match point. Uigang, can he come back, have a reverse sweep?
that you have.
Let's see.
For the
Let's see
glory of
Lilius
Harlan.
or Honor. Bigger
This
This is a
buff.
lot of
I'll take your
protection
life.
for this Dark Corvus. He even has Vigor, he has
Can
so
you
many
even
cleanses,
reach
he
me?
has shields.
Potentially, yeah, mitigation. I'm curious what this Tywin is on. Most likely some form of mitigation.
In this year. Or the Dispel.
You learn nothing from
Does this
last
Tywin
time.
have any effectiveness? Is he able to just go for the skill 3 and have it succeed?
That's the thing, right? These Tywins, it does look like it's a 26k health. The speed, decent. I'm assuming he does have effectiveness.
Seems pretty fast,
Oh,
honestly.
immediately.
It's just like,
Let's see with the damage. Yeah, this
or
thing.
lack thereof.
Yeah, exactly. This thing definitely probably has effectiveness here.
Oh, we see the salvo. Now that's really good for Dark Corvus. He wants as many salvos to happen as possible. The faster this Dark Corvus ramps up, the faster he's going to be able to win. And against Landy, you're on a time limit. Both sides are on a time limit right here. Can Landy get her skill 3 before Dark Corvus gets his skill 3?
Wow,
No
that's a
salvo
passive
that
return here.
Now Dark Corvus, 32,000 health, wants to throw every attack in her, and she
Resist
counters.
on the provoke though, but yeah, the counter is very nice, at least for the side of Uigang.
Oh, the stacks.
And look at
are-
that, 2 hits away.
He's gonna get more stacks here as well from the last Rider Carl bike.
And now he's 1 hit away. This Dark Corvus, he's almost fully ramped up. Is he just gonna throw it right into this Landy?
I mean, we will proc. Yeah, I think so.
This is it.
Proc the Lionheart.
Priority target.
Exhausted already?
That's a lot of damage for free too. This defense break is really huge on the Landy before
That's
she got
right,
immunity.
man. She might have anti-crit, but we don't even care about crits on left side team.
Oh. Going for extra heals from Shuna.
They're still filth.
I'm assuming they just throw everything
I
into
will
this Landy.
erase them all.
Oh, never mind. He decides to opt for this. I think because he doesn't want her to counter one more time right here and then go directly into the skill 3.
I think that's a
it's
smart
probably
play. That's a
call.
very smart play. The
Yeah.
skill 3 is kind of like the equalizer. And if we can
Salvo.
Another salvo.
Corvus
Now,
is
that
locked and
salvo-
loaded though.
That salvo is actually good for WinterWish in this case because it made it so that the Dark Corvus is going to get a skill 3 either way because of this
All
Lionheart.
I have is the
As soon as she rips that skill 3.
Meteor Quake, no skills available. Just gonna skill 1 into the Lionheart.
Another
there.
counter.
See another counter though! And the mitigation is now gone before the Lionheart
Yeah, so
skill
the damage
3.
actually
I'll take
adding
your
up.
life.
This could be a really big deal. We're gonna have 2 of the biggest skill 3s here in a row. And another counter
This
attack.
Elbrus!
She's going crazy!
Okay, at least she didn't solve it that time, but we have the skill 3, guys.
Just as
Followed
I
up by
planned.
the
Two of the-
Lionheart.
Victory!
2 defense pen skill 3s in a row.
Hold up.
AoE?
Let's see the damage.
Survive?
Here is worship.
I'll give you a
Oh!
I
Dark
think he's
Corvus.
dead.
I don't think that Dark Corvus can survive this.
This is
It's
enough.
a full damage Lionheart.
Uigang
Now, he
hands off
might
the
not have
device.
souls for the Soulburn follow because Taiwan's been S1ing, so maybe he can
Here's
survive.
Sornia.
No.
Oh
And
my
that's the
God,
entire team
he
gone.
was.
Another 3-0.
Even more damage than the Landy.
And
It's just over
WinterWish
like that.
is going to move up to the
WinterWish-
next round.
Well, Jenny,
No
you're asking,
motion.
do we have enough damage for the Corvus? WinterWish says yes. Look at this man. Don't even. That's a fake sigh of relief. You had that in the
Yeah.
bag, brother.
Yeah, that was way too late. That was fake.
Yeah, that was fake. That was fake. You
reaction.
know, he's trying to be humble. I respect that.
Yeah.
But in
Oh,
all
close
honesty,
game,
dude,
man.
he destroyed that Corvus. Now, there was a lot of high rolling on the side of Landy, right? We
Uh-huh.
were mentioning later down. Once Corvus is already full, the rest of the damage there is just accelerating her skill 3. And then that skill 3 into the Lionheart, lights out for Dark Corvus.
Normally, everyone says that left side is unlucky, and well, if we see these games, they are not going so well for left side.
My
2
God.
3-0s in a row.
Yeah, can you imagine 2 3-0s? Wow.
This really hasn't been happening that much. It's usually a lot more back and forth, but here we see that one of the players is just way more prepared than the other one in both of these best of 5.
Yeah, and G-Gleb Jenna, as casters, we want to see more matches, but at the same time,
Certainly,
at least
yes.
for the WinterWish one, man, WinterWish just, guys, he had the matchup figured out. Whenever
Tore
Landy's
him
involved,
apart.
he looked so good.
Man, I can't believe that I actually thought that Uigang was the one who may have had the advantage.
I
but
was
he just
totally
got
on the side
so
of WinterWish,
crushed.
100%. No, no,
100%. Oh,
At
yes.
least I'm willing to admit. Okay, at least I'm willing to admit this.
One,
yeah, well, at least I don't commentator curse the people I don't like.
the one play.
Look, I just say something that is very likely, and then sometimes it happens.
All jokes aside, guys, it is all
there's
RNG.
always
We're just
percentage.
playing around.
There's
We're
always
playing around.
percentages, chances of happening or not happening. And this Landy certainly having a showcase on the
Yeah.
other side. Lots of counterattacks, lots of
WinterWish-
Elbrus.
WinterWish
we-
is just in the zone. here with
Uigang's draft
Landy.
looks pretty good, in all honesty. It's just WinterWish, I think, a little bit RNG on his side on the round 3. That was the only one that I think was really close. The other two, 100% in WinterWish's favor, man. He looked at, he put on a workshop.
If that counter hadn't been happening, all those counters on that Landy and this Dark Chorus actually got his turn, he could have immediately taken someone out,
I think so,
topped up,
too. I feel like
possibly
his
just cycled.
Draft was honestly favored.
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
the end of the match, we do have WinterWish moving up, and it is now Asia versus Global here with Apocalypse versus WinterWish. And by the way, guys, after that round, the players can actually switch the gears, switch some artifact if they want to before going into that next round. So we might
wow.
see some difference coming in from the same units. So that could come into effect from Apocalypse or WinterWish.
Yeah, guys, we've been mentioning, right, G-Clef, that players, they should be taking notes. What did your opponent bring? How are they set up?
Exactly.
What if they completely change things here based on what your opponent thought? I think Jenna was mentioning maybe Apocalypse did a lot of homework on LV. Imagine WinterWish or Apocalypse here. What are they going to adjust? They have some time to think.
It's kind of sad to see. Now the Korea region has been knocked out.
That's right.
It is unfortunate, man.
Well,
Global, Asia, and Japan are the only ones remaining. 2 global players have potential to go to the possible grand finals.
Isn't that wild?
that
It's
is
the year
actually
global.
crazy. Might have 2
That's what
global
I've been
players
saying.
in top
Holy crap.
3. Wow.
Global's been looking insane
Go
recently.
global, that's a
Asia is... A lot of people look at Asia and they say that's the strongest region just for like most of the RTA seasons.
Yeah,
but,
they're scary for
Global's
sure.
been really climbing up in more recent times for sure.
Uh-huh.
I
Certainly.
think Kukas and WinterWish on top of that, right? Amazing second pick win rates too. These guys, no matter what, they're showing that they're so versatile.
Uh-huh. Let's give them some time to prepare for the next match because we will take a short break, and when we come back, we will have that final round of the loser, round number 3 between Apocalypse and WinterWish. And welcome back everyone to E7WC 2023. Now we only have one match left between the two players, only one will be remaining and moving on to the next lower bracket finals, and it will be either be Apocalypse or WinterWish, one from Asia, one from Global. Very exciting as we kind of had a short matches, match 1 and 2, rather went pretty quickly, 0-3, 0-3.
3-0.
This one I really hope we go to a distance, as we do have the best players so far. And Apocalypse didn't really have to show too much yet, so maybe he didn't really have to change any gears from that match, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. So maybe G-Clef Apocalypse slightly favored depending on what they change up. He did have to reveal a lot less. Those games were so fast. I think he only used, what, 7 total units maybe?
I would maybe say the other way around, though, actually, because WinterWish showed how good he is at drafting, essentially, while Apocalypse kind of, I mean, he just obliterated his opponent instantly.
But isn't that better for Apocalypse? Because then I think like you just pre-ban that Landy, make it a no Landy matchup, and WinterWish, where he was looking so strong whenever she's present, either side, I think maybe he has more cards hidden.
One thing I'm sure of is that Apocalypse is going to ban Zio. That is 100% one of his bans. So we'll see if the other one becomes Landy.
And to follow on that, I'm pretty sure WinterWish wants to ban that Lua, and or unless he has some other way of dealing with her. We
Just
really
ban
didn't
her, my
have
God.
that many ways of dealing with her so far this tournament. So I think banning that out is a must. Maybe we'll have some more pre-bans.
Yeah.
Last time I believe it was 2 bans for Lua and Angel of Light immediately. So those pre-bans certainly making huge differences in the losers round 2. Now losers round 3, here are the 2 players. Apocalypse from Asia server, WinterWish from Global server. Let's see, how are we doing on predictions, chat? And everyone, hopefully you're getting a lot of your predictions right so far for today's broadcast. And still best of 5, only one will go to that losers finals, the bottom bracket finals next week.
Apocalypse, he is the final hope for Asia region as well.
That's
that is
right.
true.
If he loses, though, we get a global final. I mean, Marguerite's still present, of course, but potentially all global finals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see what happens. Is Apocalypse ready for Landy? Is
You gotta
WinterWish
imagine,
ready
right?
for the
Both
Lua?
these players are probably feeling so confident right now. 3-0 played extremely well. Apocalypse, I wonder, maybe he didn't get enough practice, though, because LV really yielded super fast. Maybe he didn't get
Yeah,
warmed
that's
up
true.
enough.
Surely we don't get a 3-0 in this best of 5,
No
right? There's
way.
no
With how both of them playing,
Zero
I really doubt
sarcasm
it.
there, right? Too.
I really
No,
hope
no.
not. I really hope not.
They
Yeah.
should be fighting back a lot more, I feel, since both of them were able to 3-0 so easily.
Yes, and WinterWish, I believe his numbers just went up even more compared to what we
Yeah.
had before. Especially that ML Bologna. Even if you know how much damage you're taking from that lady, do you just have to ban her out? But there are lots of other heroes that you might be considering after that post ban. So we'll see if that Landy is
Yeah,
allowed or not.
I want to see the
Yeah,
numbers,
thing
G-Clef. You mentioned his
man.
numbers go up even higher.
Oh, see,
They're already
from
really
82
high.
to 86% now.
Holy-
for second pick.
86%
Look at that.
second pick win rate. That is insane.
Oh my god.
How?
And even first pick win rate is pretty good. Like, look at the round win rate.
My
14
God,
and
man.
3 in the entire tournament. That's
WinterWish,
insane.
relax.
Insanely
Calm down.
high.
Dude is-
Let's see. Landy ban, Lua ban.
Landy,
On top
Lua.
of that, Zio and Angel of Light pre-bans. So no.
All right, as I thought, right,
schedules.
guys? Apocalypse has been showing he bans Landy, and especially versus WinterWish. Get her out of here. We don't want her on the field on either side.
He always 100% banned Zio throughout the entire tournament, so I knew he was going to get rid of that. But the Landy, he definitely didn't want to get into a Landy 1v1 against WinterWish here.
That's right.
Too risky. He saw what he was doing to everybody else. He's 14 and 3 after fighting Landy in almost all of his matches. He's just crushing them.
The Landy God, Bologna God. He does have that Lionheart now, though.
I made
Positioned
it
well
in the
against
nick of
the
time.
Conqueror Lilius.
So we see the Airwell. So Apocalypse is opting for the more tank up style, just really bulk up rather than going aggressive against him.
Ignorance has its price.
And the Sharoon.
Yeah.
Does kind of counter this Mediator Quirk, makes it really hard to use him. Now, the one flaw with Apocalypse's team, though, is he doesn't have any cleanse
If you
whatsoever.
wish to die,
So here we go, WinterWish
Speaking of,
opting for
a very
character
powerful
that-
debuffer there in the form of Para.
Yeah. The unbuffable just completely crushes his team. Sharoon can't give buffs to the team. ML Lilius can't. Arrow doesn't even have her mitigation anymore. Just from this one character, that's also a 30% mitigation for the team.
Yeah, and the tough spot
So
too, Jenna,
strong.
right? Look at Apocalypse draft so far. No damage on the field, so it's going to be tough to build or bring a cleanser unless we bring maybe like a designer Lilibet or something. But we're going to have to, you know, we're kind of in a tough spot.
Yeah, he needs to pick a safe DPS here. Something that can kind of complement. He already has the Lionheart, which is really great and good into a lot of things, but Apocalypse is probably thinking of picking maybe Evasion. I think a Remnant Violet is actually pretty likely.
Ambitious Town. He's
Yeah,
shown
hiding-
that he's using
hiding
the
that-
path.
Oh,
Yeah.
Apocalypse
Violet.
picking it up.
There he is.
Oh.
Yep. Well, that's who I meant getting the Remnant Violet is Apocalypse, just because if you look at WinterWish's team, it's so weak to evasion overall. This Payra is probably going to miss it, and you don't have any cleanse on your team, so you need to make sure that your characters just aren't getting debuffed in the first place. He has to pick 2 DPS, so what's the other one?
He's hovering over some green.
Certainly not
No
Helga.
way, Helga. Yeah, certainly not.
Are we going to see an
Stop.
Aiden? Will he go for the double evasion or
Yeah,
something?
is Apocalypse assuming? Oh, Dark
Whoa.
Corvus!
Dark Corvus.
Big switch.
Corvus play. Okay.
So the thing is here, this Dark Corvus has a lot of protection, and even though he's really good into Lionheart, he can get debuffed really hard, but he can't get stunned.
He can't get stunned, and I think WinterWish, so far at least, before we see this last pick, you know, can't kill him quite in time either.
I think that Dark Corvus might not be let through. WinterWish might actually opt for banning the Remnant Violet, or unless he just says, I'm going to hit the Remnant Violet 100%.
There's that odd, and also very
super
nice
quick
against
ban.
Immediately.
Apocalypse too.
No evasion, get him
Wait,
out of
left
here.
to Corvus.
No RNG, get it away from me. That's what they both decided. But can he deal with a Dark Corvus with
Yeah.
an arrow ball in front?
I think the pair's gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting here in the form of debuffs. Really control the field until maybe we can land a kill onto that Corvus, because he's gonna, as soon as he one-shots at Lionheart, it's over.
Very true. That this Payra is actually huge here. She kind of has to
dare
set the
stop
entire
me?
pace of this whole match, and that Ambitious Tyrant actually has Crown of Glory.
Fun ends here.
And just flashed on screen.
We'll start with Payra. Here's WinterWish on right, Apocalypse on
Well,
left.
8 of 8 debuffs landed, even on the Sharoon.
That's actually huge on Sharoon, because now she can't push up even though there's so many buffs on WinterWish's side. She won't, and her skill 3 is going to put her at the back of the turn bar. That's a really big deal, actually.
Well, we mentioned she
He
has
gets
to
the
put
best duel.
She has to carry a lot of weight, and she is indeed.
I never fight a losing battle.
Propped up is the Lionheart.
That is a really, really good dual attack that he just got for with the Dark Corvus, but now this Lionheart Sirmia. Defense buff, attack buff. I know the attack buff isn't the biggest, but it does still add some extra
It
damage.
definitely still adds a lot, right? Especially when you consider weight of attacks. Here we go, Golden Rose build. Look at that damage!
God!
Oh,
Come on, I'll take
Almost
you all.
half of Dark Corvus's health bar instantly gone, and everyone is unbuffable.
It's targeting.
That would look even worse too. The Celestine heal actually topped off quite a bit on the Sharoon.
Now he has to be careful. If he crits into this Dark Corvus, he instantly is able to skill 3. But he doesn't have any souls, so he would possibly still be safe. But the next time a dual attack happens from Apocalypse's side, WinterWish is just gonna clean house. It's just over.
Yeah, that damage is not what he needs right now. He needs to survive long enough for this Dark Corvus to take out the Lionheart Sirmia.
Resistance. Now that's actually pretty big.
Everything
He's still-
coming up WinterWish so far.
Does get the provoke, but this Mediator Quirk's just chilling. He's got his skill 3. He has a guaranteed cleanse, and Sharoon's not even able to push up with that restrict on her. And he gets a dual attack. That's even bad for him too.
Trembling.
defense up.
He can just go for the soul burn here, or maybe wants to save it just to make sure he takes out that Dark Corvus. Yeah, he doesn't really care, and he gets a stun anyways.
Stun as
And now
well.
this Lionheart. Oh man, he's probably gonna buffer with the attack buff just cuz. You may as well just make
You
it do
most
maximum
definitely do,
damage.
right? Every bit helps here, and we saw how much damage he pumped out on turn 1.
Here's
And
that
this
S3.
Lionheart Sirmia, she's almost 15,000 health, and she's still doing so much damage. This Golden Rose build is insane.
I am
and
the
it's just gonna
victor.
completely
S3.
clean him up.
This could be it right here. The follow-up
Gets
kill the Dark
two.
Corvus, and it's over.
Gone, and
Look at that
Corvus
soul burn. So
should be gone
Almost
immediately.
definitely
That is a hit.
Get him out of here.
Dark Corvus having a really bad showing today. Not
Holy
quite tanky
cow.
enough. WinterWish, still no emotion, doesn't even care. Just an average day at the office.
Dude, he
for
is
him.
a Terminator right now. No emotion, but like just
Stone
destroying
Cold
his
Killer.
opponents, dude. Holy.
And
Oh,
look at the
man.
damage on
He made it-
Lionheart Sirmia.
Considering
111k
how-
total.
G-Clef,
He made it look
considering how
so
short the
easy.
game was, that damage is ridiculous.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
Over 100k damage. Holy crap.
Turns out
just made
Adin
it
was
look
not
so
even needed.
simple.
Yeah, Lionheart Sirmia.
Yeah.
Just imagine This unit.
WinterWish really showing why he's so comfortable in this meta. Even when the Landy's not there, just still able to deal with the MLAs, just completely crushes all of these
We were
teams.
giving him praise for the Landy matchup, but I think it's just the Lionheart with the Lilius, right? Anytime those
I think
are
it's just
involved.
dual attacks in general.
This
Like
man
any
is
dual or
a
counter
monster.
attacks, he
There's
wins
still
against.
filth
Apocalypse
on
says, I'm not doing that again. I don't want to deal with Lionheart Sturmia. I'm going to take the cleanser instead away from you.
Yeah. Not taking the Conqueror Lilius instead,
I'll
leaving
take
that in the
your
hands of WinterWish. What will we opt for now, though, in this second pick position?
I protect. That's
Oh,
what
and
I
he
do.
takes the Arrow instead. He wants to bulk up. Now, let's see how he fights against the Lionheart. He's been picking a lot of her, but how confident is he at just completely shutting her out?
Plus Briar
The
Witch.
See the Briar Witch is
in the third
Saria.
pick. Wow.
I think that means that he might go for a Summer Lulica possibly in the next 2 picks because he needs something else to deal with this Emma Lily's control here. And the Briar Witch is a very powerful pick. She has become incredibly popular in the current meta, and normally if you have the first turn advantage with characters such as Dio or Emma Lilius or Peyra, the Briar Witch is so powerful and has so few counters that you can just completely run over your opponent.
Yeah, and I think we might see that here because, in all honesty, right, against Conqueror Lilius and the ROL, Briar Witch is here, definitely not a bad pick, but not an amazing one either so far. But I think Apocalypse has something cooking here.
Oh, Bellona.
We do see that Bellona again, but there's still 2 picks of Apocalypse, maybe an Aiden
Could
pick
see
and
that
something
OBL
else.
you mentioned, right? We do need some extra sustain, some cleanse. We do need to respect that Conqueror Lilius on the other side.
Yeah, the problem is this Shuna, because it can also shut out this Briar Witch Asaria, and he opts with a Peyra instead. Peyra is able to just completely shut out the Emma Lilius, which is really big. Instead of going for another cleanser, he decides to up the ante, goes for more aggression. I'll debuff you before you debuff me.
I thought for a sec there was a Fire Robbie coming through.
No way. Oh yeah, Soul Bad Guy.
That's a more likely pick. Soul Bad Guy. Get him.
Apocalypse is scrolling through Fire Warrior.
Could just be thinking. We've seen a lot of
That's
these guys
true.
kind of just hover fire units.
Almost
in
Eric?
general.
Does he want to go for it? Now, Yoha is
damage?
decent if he goes for it, but it is able to finish her off. But yeah, I don't think he had enough damage to support
we need
that
another
tank, I
threat
think,
there in
right?
case they just ban the Lionheart or something.
Yeah, safer pick. Apocalypse Robbie will be the final pick, as matching his ID.
Always
thing
safe,
is-
always reliable.
Apocalypse Ravi is safe, but is she too safe here? Because she doesn't really put on the level of aggression that Apocalypse kind of wants. He has the Lionheart, he has the Briar Witch Asaria, but
Yeah, in terms of
Apocalypse
tempo,
Ravi
right?
sort
She's
of-
usually be doing some skill 1 swings, and it's
Yeah.
not very impactful at all.
Tempest
she's
Suri.
more of a safe character than anything.
Ooh.
All right. I
Shuna
think
and
that
Peyra.
that made a lot of sense, but this Briar Witch Asaria is going to go crazy here. But the Tempest Surin, let's see what happens. I'm not entirely sure how it'll pan out.
Let's see, Kane 2. WinterWish up 1-0.
Do not fear
More
death.
honor from
Seizing
Conqueror Lilius.
victory is seizing the future.
Does the
Now,
strut. Best skill
I
in the
think
game.
I think he'll push
I'll
back
take
the
your life.
Mediator Choleric because he doesn't want it to cleanse and give attack buff to the Briar Witch Asaria, so it's better to have her
does
first.
get it.
Oh, he actually pushes them back.
Yeah, he pushes
Oh.
the Briar Witch instead. I do like the Mediator Quirk
You
pushback
who
play you were mentioning.
deviated from the natural
Now we're
Yeah,
gonna give her a
so-
chance to be buffed up, do some big
He
damage.
must have another plan in mind. Possibly this
Greater attack buff,
Tempest Surin
though.
gives greater attack.
This
Maybe they have
is going to
buff
hurt.
strings?
My God! Plus the vigor buff.
Oh, look at the team health bar.
I'll take your
Oh
life.
man, instant procs so much damage, almost half the Mediator's health, but there's no mitigation on Apocalypse's side.
Oh god, WinterWish.
Oh god.
What kind of gear are you on?
Another trial to overcome.
Oh, that's huge though. This Unbound Knight Arrow is just going to be able to stun the Briar Witch Hysteria. Should he really have attacked that and pushed her up?
Yeah.
Was that really the right attack?
Could have instead had the Mediator Quirk push up instead, but now he gets stunned.
What would you like to see?
And we're gonna
This
be in an
Briar Witch
immediate
Hysteria is-
3v4 scenario.
Danger
She's
zone.
dead in the water.
Come on, I'll take you all
Oh,
down.
Guiding
she
Light,
does
maybe
Guiding
attack Light.
Light.
Yeah, potentially the AoE from the first Bellona counter. She could survive a little longer here.
You do take
that
half
all
damage
you have to
while
show me?
stealthed from all AoE attacks. So that does mean that
Utter
maybe her
disgrace.
barrier would be big enough.
We'll
from
see
an
though.
attack
Between the
down
vigor
below.
buff, yeah, Apocalypse needs to get this Briar Witch to do something before she's taken out here.
Obey.
Almost
if you
5,000
wish to
damage to
live.
Surmia.
But what dual attack do they get here? This is really important. Gets the worst one. That is the only one that he absolutely did not want.
Surmia survives.
Yeah, with this push-up and
Unless-
speed buff, is that enough for her to lap potentially? I don't think
I
so.
believe so. Well, she's not
No.
going to lap the
Yeah,
air
so
well,
the S1
but,
here,
yeah.
he's gonna want to fish for getting
Maybe
that
the
defense
soul
buff
burn.
out of there. That would cut out a ton of damage. Soul burn to
Does
make
opt
sure
for
he
it.
does get him.
Yep, strips both of those. This Surmi is doing a lot less damage, a lot less healing. And this Bellona is also going to be countering into him. Let's see if it actually is able to take out this
The initial damage.
Briar Witch Assyria.
And
Not even close.
from Bellona?
Now, does Bryceria die?
She does.
Yeah, that
Now
Bellona
keep in
had
mind,
a lot of damage built in.
Apocalypse Ravi. Now that she's gone, Apocalypse Ravi can skill 3 to resurrect her.
I'll
And he might be going for it right here
Does have
even.
attack up? Is this enough?
That's
To-
right.
Behind potentially Escort Adamant?
She only has 24,000 health. She might do really high damage.
Bellona? Not enough!
Oh, not
close,
enough.
dude.
Oh, is that it? Are we getting
This
close
is looking
to the end?
really, really good. I
May
think
have
this
been
could be
a
it, yeah.
little too greedy, but he didn't really have any chance to do anything else, and he hasn't even touched the Tempest Turret.
Yeah, the longer you wait, right? I don't even know if I would say that's greedy. He was kind of his back's to the wall right now.
The protection from WinterWish's side, that Arrowwell pick, a lot of these players have been picking Arrowwell, and it hasn't been working for them at all, but WinterWish has figured out the formula of being so bulky that he just cannot be defeated.
Jen, I'm even going to say, Winwish, there's no formula. He's just a monster himself at this point. He's
Well,
showing
he
second
knows
pick,
exactly what
Landy, Lily. No matter what, this man is,
And
he's
his
got the answer.
T-Sur in pull.
Which of my powers
Barely
would you
surviving
like
Barely
to see?
survives.
58 HP.
Oh, G-Glyph, at this point, I think Apoc was just biding his time, getting ready for game 3, thinking it through.
Oh, yes.
There goes the yield.
And that is going to be game 2. WinterWish wins again. 2-0 score. Apocalypse
Look
on
at
the
him.
last hope.
Statue-esque.
This
Yeah,
global
just
player.
expected win from him. He just doesn't even
He's
care,
already packed,
apparently.
guys. He's already packed. He knows he's
Yeah, he has all his luggage at the back.
No one
He's
to
been
grand
packed
finals.
since the qualifiers.
That's how confident he is.
That's how
G-Glyph.
confident. He wanted to make it more interesting by going into the lower bracket here.
G-Clef Jenna, we said we don't want to see another 3-0, but it is on the verge of happening. Can you believe that?
Can Apocalypse find a draft that he's able to actually capitalize over some weakness that WinterWish has? What is WinterWish weak to? What did
So
he get
far,
defeated
he's
by at the
shown
beginning?
no weakness.
He only lost
hard.
matches at the very beginning, essentially.
What else can you bring
you
up
go.
here as a lot of heroes banned? Pera, Shuna on top of that many. So
We
the
talked
ones
about the
Heir
mental
ban,
damage potentially from
very
Melody as
big.
well. Apocalypse might be going through some similar stuff. Tilt factor at an all-time high. He's got to rally here, show he is potential being a world champion.
I do see the MO list again. We're going to see Lionheart Servia possibly with this mediator core.
yeah.
Yep, classic.
Had it right there.
Oh
Your
god.
life
You
ends
see, a lot of
here.
DPS you don't want to pick early, but this Lionheart Servia is so strong and overall just can be drafted in so many different teams and so many different units that she's kind of a safe earlier pick into this MO list. So it's kind of a free pick without showing off your entire draft, without committing too hard.
What cannot be avoided
mid.
must be overcome.
Oh,
Pretty fast
so
Soul
now
Weaver.
we're seeing
That's showing
a
some
lot
gig
of aggression.
Yeah. A mid
Apocalypse.
premier Soyver in that spot here.
Apocalypse has realized that playing slow does not work against WinterWish. Every player who's played slow against him has gone completely destroyed. So now he's trying to up the speed, but yeah,
We
Politis on
talked
board
about this
is
earlier.
so
Haven't
big.
seen her too much, but obviously a great counter pick into the mid.
Cutting that
Yeah,
speed
that's
one of-
boost.
Tried and true ROI.
That's one of the few characters that just completely crushes Ahmed, and you don't see much Politis, but it's perfect in her.
That's right. Now Clarissa, a great. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Lethe.
Lethe is the pickup here.
Slowing it down now after that Politis pick. He's like, okay, maybe I'm going a little too fast. Let's slow it down a bit. And are we going to see the Dark Chorus again? No
Okay.
mitigation on Apocalypse's side, keep in mind.
Yeah.
Great
there's no
adaptation
mitigation,
for
but you know what? The
Apocalypse.
Oh, he decides to commit.
You don't need mitigation when all three of those units, the DPS at least, are giga tanky.
Quadruple Warrior picked up from Apocalypse. Will this work? It has
So
to work to come back. Yes, Jenna?
Keep in mind, Ahmed, even though she's a full aggro character, she still does give your team skill and all, has a little bit of cleanse, pushes them up, gives you the advantage there. So even though he didn't go full aggression with her, she's not completely useless. But if this Politis stays, she might be. And he gets rid of the
You had to get rid of that Alencia. Having an injury
Have
when we
to.
have 3 HP scaling units. Maybe in the future that'll be ML Shu. But right now, here we go, guys.
Almost you're not allowed, along with Brig and Veronica, not allowed in the tournament. And
That's
starting
right,
with a mid.
If you're scared,
I don't think this Ahmed's gonna do very much with that Politis on the right side. I don't really see her being able to press any buttons at all unless he wants to activate the Dark Corvus on the final turn.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a give and take on the draft there. Apocalypse definitely after the mid, right? We mentioned aggression, pivoted into these 3 Giga Tanky Bruisers.
17,000 health Politis. Is it on Crown possibly? Does land the stun on Lethe.
That is actually so big for tempo, really slowing her down. Her time to kill now is extended another turn.
They needed that Lethe to be able to take out this Lionheart Surmia, and if she gets stunned again here, she's going to be completely useless, just dead in the water.
Most likely, right with the Arwell buffs, he should get the stun.
They do land it.
Judgment of Light.
Guys, we might see an early 3-0 unless Apocalypse can bring this back.
Keep in mind, there's no dual attacks on Apocalypse's side. No guaranteed ones, so this Lionheart Surmia, she might not actually do a crazy amount.
We see she's on.
Pay attention or you
Okay.
might regret it.
They opt for that.
Counter there.
They have to unsleep or unstun this Lethe. They have to cleanse her here. That's what they're going for.
Touch of Hope.
Of hopes, route forth.
Spells.
I'll do anything for her.
Look at that Politis though. Really cutting off a lot of that combat readiness push.
You cannot change
That's
what is
very true.
already decided.
And
The situation
they don't get the
is
strip.
critical.
She probably has some resistance. A lot of people like to build some res.
Yeah,
No
just
stun or
fishing for a
anything
stun
either.
there, yeah.
I would expect them to go for the skill 1 here to fully make use of that extra combat readiness from Ahmed's buff. You see her zooming along the bar, and WinterWish might be in a little bit of trouble here.
I'm not
because
sure. So no strip either, but with the R1 if we need to soften up that barrier, he's going to do so with Apocalypse Robbie. But still, guys,
Very true.
13.8k? That's actually quite low. We did see how much damage this Lionheart built on.
5,000 damage.
Lethe, I think, could kill even behind the escort.
It might be too risky. Maybe you actually just don't go for it. He's
Well,
going
let's see if
for
he
it
lands
though.
the frostbite, right?
Free
Let's see if he
soul
debuffs.
burn.
Doesn't
No
get it on the
frostbite.
Lionheart. Does he go for
I
it?
think you don't go.
He's
Oh,
going
he's
for
going
it.
for it.
28k health.
Can this
Behind
be a
actual
kill?
Kill?
Through the
It
barrier?
might take it. It's gonna be close.
Oh, barely
Just
alive!
barely not.
But she's
Dark Corvus is right there.
Yeah,
He
Dark
can
Horse
finish
gets to
her
take
off. It did enough.
End the duel.
And the cheeky duel, but that was enough damage.
Yeah, and from
You
this
didn't have to
point,
kill.
WinterWish has no threat left to take care of the Dark Corvus.
Okay,
Those
we
three
are
threats.
going to our first game 4 of the day.
With an actual set.
Oh.
Yeah.
Finally,
Oh.
somebody
My God,
Somebody
no 3.
finally fighting back. Where somebody is actually struggling for dear life rather than just rolling over and dying.
The machine known as WinterWish.
Yes.
Bleeding some oil there, my God.
Yeah, that,
Apocalypse not looking as confident as he did in the previous matches.
I
Not
mean, can you blame him though, dude? After
Yeah.
that 2-0, now finally signs alive, but yeah, he's still feeling it.
yeah, that
He
Lethe
has a
plus
pulse.
A mid
We're
combo
saying
certainly
you could
helping a
Lethe
little
mid
more.
combo.
Yes.
Yeah, even though she got stunned a ton, he was able to just kind of persevere, finally get that cleanse. Those push-ups really helped, even despite Politis holding her back, and he was able to 2-tap that Lionheart Surmia there.
Now, no
think
Sylvius,
something
no
really-
Valencia. Yes, Jenna?
Oh, I just want to say, I think something really important there is the Ahmed was essentially a bait. He picked it, and then the Politis was picked by WinterWish's side, and this is why you don't see much Politis, because then he just said, I'm going to flex into something else, your pick is a waste.
Yeah, especially on the build he was on, right? 70,000 health, no damage.
Take your life.
Alright, Apocalypse is like, this Ahmed pick, it took me pretty far
Yeah,
there.
it
Maybe I'll go
worked,
for
right?
it again.
You finally
It baited
see
him.
WinterWish, some cracks in his armor.
What's good about her is that it's a flexible pick, because you can opt for the high aggression.
Faithless
or
Lytica.
WinterWish changing things up too, yeah.
Faithless Lytica. We
Up
have
in the
not
tempo
seen
game.
much Faithless Lytica, mostly because of there's characters like Peyra, there's characters like Emma Landy, just a lot of characters you don't really especially want to pick her into. But now that they're all gone, she's actually safe to pick, possibly. Spectre Tenebria, are we going to see the Destina? This was a really popular team on the ladder for a while, is the Ahmed Spectre Tenebria Destina combo. Gives you a lot of survivability, high aggression, high damage.
And so far for WinterWish's side, right? Not showing a lot of damage, so he could just have a pretty safe tanky setup here.
Scrolling through between
He's
Sharoon
really
and
thinking
Destina.
about it. I think that Destina's the comfort pick here, but he's looking to see if there's anything that's better to pick here. But that, yeah, he decides to
He
opt
locked
for
it
it.
in, but what does WinterWish choose for his DPS?
Oh, Bellion.
DPS,
Okay.
the Lion. All right.
Yeah, Bellion
the
4th pick
Lion.
here.
He has a lot of protection on his side, so he might be able to protect her pretty well.
Needs another
What's-
probably wants a unit with reach. There's that
Oh,
low
it's the
pressure.
Bologna,
Does have
his
the reach. He's
favorite.
shown how good he is with this unit.
reliable. Does he have a 100% win rate with this unit today?
Yes, but I think it's always in the presence of like a Landy. So this will be the first match where she's kind of.
I think this is the second match where he hasn't.
Without Landy, okay, it could be. Regardless, we've seen her gear is very good. He knows how to play her.
Bihu locked in.
Okay.
Bihu.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's gonna be buffed in the future, but he has some debuffs.
and actually gets banned.
Gotta respect.
But the Bihu was actually pretty smart because if you ban something like this Emil Kowarik, your entire team is just dead from the unbuffable and buff strip. I know a lot of people are probably like, what the hell is this character picked for? But it actually completely obliterates this.
You gotta put respect, especially when you have the cleanse ban.
Respect the Bihu.
Indeed. WinterWish still not a match point. Apocalypse needs 2 more.
Pay
He wants to
attention
advance
or
here as a
you might
mid.
regret it.
Does get the outspeed, but what does he go for now? He's not able to actually deal with this Faithless Litica. She's invisible, he's got a fat shield.
Shall flourish once again. You want to try me?
All right.
Increase
There's
attack.
that Stenny's push.
Oh man, this is going to hit so hard.
Yeah, we have Solden as
Spectre
well if we
Tene.
want it. We are ripping the souls.
He's going
Freezing
for it.
everything.
Don't come near me.
That did land the debuff, which means your S3 does
Is that
extra
all you've
10%
got?
damage per debuff, so this could possibly kill. The skill 3 does even more
Enough.
damage than skill 1.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
even
Okay.
with
It's
Stun.
close, but not enough.
But
The thing here, though, is Meteor Quirk has to shield for her to survive.
yeah,
but
because
the
if you
thing
skill
is,
3s, the Stina can just push up, and that APOC is gonna finish.
I think if he skill 1s, pushes up the arrow well, and then they stun, can he go for that?
All right, out for the barrier here.
Yeah, that's a lot of barrier to go through with just Apoc Ravi.
Here's the
I'll
push up.
deal with this.
Does he just? I think he just ripped the S3, get her out of here, and I think
Right
that could
now?
do it.
Oh,
I
there's
don't
the
think
jump!
that takes it out, does it?
I think it will. Look how low she is.
Deliverance?
No way.
Oh, she survives!
It's not enough!
Still survives!
And now he's getting another shield.
Oh
This
my
Bellona.
God, hold on.
The weight of the oath
Gear Kingdom here, big stun now, and everything. WinterWish,
down upon you.
he needs to get some sustain though onto this Bellona.
WinterWish is showing why he favors this airwall so much. He's able to protect characters like a solo DPS Bellona from so much damage and aggression. Attack buff, crit damage, Spectre, Tenebra, almost nothing can survive that. Even tanks sometimes fall to that.
Yeah, let alone a Apox Ravi S3 follow-up. She's still standing.
Yeah, that
Now he gets
ROL
the skill
escort.
Oh. Doesn't opt for the skill 3, actually.
Oh, WinterWish wants to wait. As, of course, Apocalypse
But-
did use a lot of power in the beginning.
Well, he didn't go for the skill 3, I think, because Ahmed's just going to break with the skill 1. I think that's kind of why he decided to hold it, because look at the turn bar.
Cannot be avoided
They're
must
lapping
be
around so
overcome.
quickly that they can make it so they don't lose it just from the skill 1.
But the
and they're
question
able
is
to get
here,
it right
can the Bellona live before her next turn, before a counter? She needs to sustain. We passed the Apox Ravi turn, but we have a Spectre Tenebra coming up.
I think they're safe. We will have to see though. I don't know if the shield is enough, but keep in mind she had attack buff and crit damage before,
That's right.
and now she has none of those buffs.
All right, well, we get some CR push, some utility there from the Faithless Litica. Arwell, no skill 3. Best is just an S1.
Oh, gets a little duel.
Radiant light.
Ice crystal proc, but doesn't really matter. Now
that
they have to
skill,
break the skill null.
Yeah.
Is it far enough into frenzy that they're actually able to take them out with a skill 1? I'm not.
Yeah, after what we've
Spectre
seen,
Tene?
I think she lives. I think she's gonna sustain.
Not bad.
And there's no other
WinterWish is
fallen
gonna be in a
unit
good
yet.
spot.
I think it all
Here we
comes
go,
down to
does it
this.
You knew.
Oh,
Oh,
just
it
not
doesn't
enough!
Secret side
And look
for
at the healing!
Oh my god,
That's
that's
just
so
so
much damage!
Guys, I think
Apocalypse.
this could be it.
This lone prison Bellona.
Come like the autumn leaves.
Look at the damage here too. She already has attack buff. She's gonna be hitting so hard. Is this like 19,000, 18,000 or something?
Get her out of here.
She's gone.
Apocalypse, no gas left in the tank. His big revive is now gone.
And Apox reset. She can't revive or anything versus 4 full health, just bulky units.
With skill
There's
moves
nothing
on
you
half
can
of
do.
them. Holy.
Bellona back on near full health, basically.
I'll do anything for her.
She's just so safe. This Bellona just solo carrying. Every time WinterWish has picked this unit, it has carried so hard for him.
Definitely MVP for WinterWish, maybe of the tournament. But what is Apocalypse? I respect not giving up, right? But man, I don't know if there's any outs here besides some crazy dual attacks, and even then,
I think there's
oh
nothing.
my
And
God,
look,
the
it just
Spectre
kills the
dives in the
Spectre.
face of Litica. What?
The DPS Faithless Litica got a little bit of damage there.
Now it is definitely over.
That's like the 4th dual attack from this Arrowwell. Is she on Unity set or something?
Could be. Or just very lucky.
That's the first
Another
one gone.
trial to overcome.
Some more stacks on Soul Exchange.
Yeah, but 2 turns still on the Apocalypse Robbery skill 3 here. Bologna
right.
in no threat of dying, no souls on the field either for a Soulburn play.
I'll wrap
Still
things
this
up
escort with
momentarily.
full H.
And the follow-up turn, guys. The Bologna
Oh, that
S3 is back.
damage!
Oh,
Yeah, look how much he
so
chunked on
much
skill
damage.
1. The skill 3, the counter.
When you protect Bologna, her damage ramps up so high
Step
on her
back.
skills that it's insane.
Flies.
Maybe if he
She's
had
gonna be
souls
using
here,
skill
but no
3.
shot this kills.
Bunch of
she's gonna get
imbeciles.
counted.
And that will
Yeah,
be
it's
GG
over.
called. WinterWish will take game number 4 and the
Look at
entire
him.
He
match
actually
best of
split
5.
emotion.
You know
He's
what?
just acting.
Yeah. Big sigh of relief there. WinterWish.
WinterWish, we will have 2 global players moving into the final day. Pupist and Marguerite in the winners finals, and the loser will move down to the losers finals to fight WinterWish on the last day of the tournament. Wow.
Yeah,
No,
Asia eliminated 2
congratulations.
globals, 1 Japan. I don't think anyone would have guessed that kind of final 3.
He punched his ticket. He actually just completely crushed Apocalypse too. Apocalypse 3-0'd his opponent, and WinterWish says, "Alright, I'm just gonna completely crush you too." Now he did show that WinterWish can bleed. He got a match on him, but
Yeah, some signs of life. I did like that kind of on mid change up. Tried it again in the final game, but WinterWish adapted in reverse and just closed it out.
maybe he committed too hard to it. He felt a little too confident
Yeah, that
with that
first
Ahmed
pick,
in.
but I mean, dude, he had to show some, you know, he had to peacock a little there with how strong WinterWish was looking. Show some confidence, but WinterWish did not care at all.
I think against many other players, what Apocalypse did there would have worked. But WinterWish, he put all of his gear score, everything into this Bologna Airwell team.
It's so
and it showed.
beautiful, man. That's what I was saying.
Just-
It's not even the Landy factor, the sillies factor. This guy just has the factor. A lot of it is the Bologna just
It's
in
the
general.
Bologna factor, the
Yeah.
Bologna Airwell factor, it seems. So many players were favoring either Yolha or Last Star Crow every single game. But I think that WinterWish is he's the Airwell believer.
We saw so much Yulha, I think, last week, and she was looking really good, with the exception of when she would just get bursted down. She showed the skill 3, right, especially with the cleanse, the push-up. Really, really made a difference in a lot of matches. But the R-Well here, guys, you saw, letting that Bologna live at 1 health. And then she just, when she sustains, when she survives, cleans up the entire match.
And Apocalypse thought it was enough to come back with a mid, having some signs of life here.
Just
Yeah,
a waste
this
of
game
my
especially,
time.
right? This was the pivotal point, G-Clef, where it wasn't going to be 3-3-0s, thank God, of the night. But unfortunately, this was the only win for Apocalypse.
Yes, not that many games.
Well, Apocalypse did a good job overall, but WinterWish just, I can't believe he even made it into the losers bracket when you see how strong and just how dominant he's been here.
If
He
I
just
recall,
approached
him getting there was
everyone.
also pretty close. It was a lot of Landy back and forth, and I think it was 2-3.
Yeah,
it was
2-3
definitely not
against
like a
LV.
landslide.
So WinterWish
Yeah,
was
yeah.
certainly very close on that first match of the quarterfinals.
Look at that health remaining on that Bologna, just barely
How
survived.
is
And
She's
one last
so
time, guys, not to
shaky.
beat a dead horse, it's the Arwell. There's no other knight, I think, that would have enough mitigation.
Yeah, the
Maybe like the
escort.
protection set Eden.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
that
she's
escort.
Adamant and Aureus, just maximum possible tankiness. You can't really get more than that.
And then the barrier
she's
follow-up,
built.
right? The barrier is also very good in sustaining, and you have the stun on top of it to slow down the DPS.
And with those matches, here is the updated tournament tree. We are just looking into one more day of the tournament, the final day to decide the winner of Epic 7 World Arena Championship. That will be next week, Saturday in Korean time, September 23rd. Start from the winners finals, Pupis versus Marguerite, and the loser will go ahead and versus WinterWish, who made it through today out of the 4 players from the lower bracket bottom. Oh man.
Wow. If I was Poop Mr. Marguerite, I would especially not want to lose this one, because then you got to fight WinterWish. It's like 2 grand finals in a row or something.
And
Like,
if you keep saying we update his numbers, right? His numbers are getting even better. They're already incredible.
Yes.
His win rate in the second pick position, first pick position, it doesn't even matter. He's unbeatable.
Yeah, WinterWish only lost once today, which is going to boost up his numbers. And next matchup, as we have mentioned, certainly from winning that winners finals, you do start with a 1-0 score on the grand finals, because grand finals, it is going to be best of 7 instead of best of 5. So you certainly do want to win, guarantee yourself top 2, and also not go against WinterWish, who is looking very, very strong at the moment.
That's right. That's the biggest advantage.
Well, keep in mind, though, the people in the winners finals right now, they've also barely dropped any games.
I think
both
Poopus
sides of the
especially.
coast.
I'm not trying to be favored to global guys, I promise, but both the global players have just shown incredible plays from the second pick position, the first pick position. Marguerite, definitely nothing to scoff at. He's there for a reason too. But my God, man, we might see a global grand finals.
Global versus
Marguerite, the
global?
classic. Oh, I think I'm the worst player here. I'm 8th place. He's in the winners finals right now.
Already
so
in top
humbled.
3. Already in top 3, guaranteeing yourself, I think, at least $10,000. As that note.
Yeah.
Well, what a day.
Not bad.
What a quick day, actually. I think a lot of crazy things happened. And
I know, G-Clef, we're going to get out here really early.
I
Oh,
know.
wait a second, like 2 hours or something?
I was ready for the
Less.
rain later in the afternoon. I brought an umbrella. Seems like I don't need that umbrella today.
Wow.
Oh man. So yeah. So continuing into the final day, Urban Shadow Shu, Brig, and also Veronica will still not be available. Also on top of that, the new Lilias will also not be available even after she is out. So just letting you guys know. So we'll be on the same tournament where they don't really have to adjust to the new heroes immediately before going into that final.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there were some pretty good games. I think the first set went by a little too fast, in my opinion, but all the rest, it just felt like you could really understand the drafts. You saw how strong they were, and you saw how strong WinterWish's counters to them were. Hey, maybe you learned how to fight against this Emma Landy from the tournament as well. Maybe it was very informative.
Despite the 3-0s guys and the 3-1s, Uigang, they're still the opponents that lost. Still, it wasn't a landslide, right? Even if it ended up 3-0, 3-1, they were still showing in the draft phase that they had what it took. It's just WinterWish was just that much better at the end.
Yep, and that's going to be it for us. Thank you, Jenna, and thank you, Car6, for joining me once again for the second to last day.
Thank you.
Now all we have left is one more day next week to crown the champion of E7WC 2023. Who is it going to be? Let's find out together next week as we have our final day offline in South Korea. See you all next week and have an epic weekend.